All right, y'all. What's up? We're back. It's your
We
boy
back.
Juicy. And of course, another episode, another Love Island chaotic, just tomfoolery. But what's going on, Brandon? How are we feeling today?
We're feeling good, man. We're feeling good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sleepy after this snooze fest of an episode. You know what I'm saying? We had Meg the Stallion, we had cakes. It was a lot.
It was a lot going on. There was a lot of booty, but it was a lot of underhanded stuff that I peeped. And we got a lot to talk about.
I
And
think
maybe
maybe
we
they
should.
wanted to lighten the mood after Casa was like maybe the idea. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of wanted to see more conversations, like you know,
With
like
like
a big
Anaya.
part, right? I mean, obviously we'll get into it as we go through the episode, but like a big part of the kind of argument was Anaya saying, "Casey didn't even check up on me." Like the show didn't allow a chance for that. Really, you know what I'm
But
saying? I
no,
wanted to see it.
I'm so glad you brought that up. She said let me tell you, at the end, she talked about how he didn't check up on her, and that was such a big issue, and that was something that she named when she pied him in the face. But I'm not sure if you caught at the beginning of the episode, right? The aftermath of her just settling in with the fact that he chose TT over her. She was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear anything that he has to say. She was literally like, I don't want to hear nothing he has to say. Do you remember that?
Yep.
So this is the problem that I have with her. She says things like, "I don't want him to explain it's shit that he can say to me," and then at the end, you're like, "You didn't come check it on me." So my thing is, which one is it? She's very toxic. This is the toxicity that I'm talking about. And then it's all the cursing. She keeps disrespecting this man. She called him a bitch. She called him a coward. Like she's always cursing at this man. She's super disrespectful, and it just highlight like this. I'm telling you, watching this season of Love Island is definitely triggering for me, especially just as a man, because it's like we live in a world where women can be entitled to the world. They can curse at you. Everything can be about them.
No,
And
this
then
season is very unbalanced with like the editing and stuff. Like with the like, I mean, I think it's just pretty obvious, flat out. I mean, last season as well. If a guy did what Huda did and called Huda a B up and down the villa, you know what I'm
right,
saying? Bitch, pussy ass bitch, just all this stuff. Like, oh my god, like they would not
like,
let a guy do that. He'd be kicked off the show. Like, I
and
mean, they have kicked men off the show for saying less, right?
thank you.
And so I mean, and this is true. This is true. Like people have been kicked off Love Island for speaking too harshly to the women, even on like accident in the UK version. So I mean, like it's just kind of weird for like them to allow everyone to call Casey a bitch multiple times, Corbin a bitch, piece of trash, yada yada yada, and I don't know. I don't know. It's getting a little weird, man. It's getting a little weird.
Down to the challenge, okay? Even with today's challenge, it was this thing where this weird gender imbalance, right? I'm not sure if you caught it. You probably did because we catch a lot. But it's like, okay, so Megan the Stallion just gave the girls points. Like, you get a point just because I'm giving you a point. She gave them 2 points, okay? So they're already like ahead of the dang curve there. And then she gave when it came for when it was what did we have? We had Kenzie, and then we had somebody else who was eating the cake. It was Kenzie, and I can't even think right now. It's another
Who was
guy.
eating the cake? Oh,
Yeah.
Zach. It was Zach.
Yeah, so you have Zach, and then you have Kenzie. She gave Kenzie a 10-second head start just because you know what I mean? It's just like they're always getting something. And then even when it came to them blasting the guys in the face, like the guys had to like throw a cake. She literally gave them like a blaster. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's just
Right.
like women are just getting away with any and everything. And it's just, I feel like they're intentionally doing this shit because it's triggering to certain guys. It is just like, what? I don't know. Do you
Well,
think I'm
well.
over it? What do you think?
Well, it's a show that is like it's supposed to be like for I don't know. It's really weird because I feel like the UK version is much more like balanced. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I don't know. Like the producers really need to make up their mind, right? Because if you want to have this like very like female centric, we're gonna coddle the girls type of show,
Mhm.
and like, they can say anything, but then like the guys are gonna, like if we're gonna do that, like then at that point, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna have a very interesting show.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to y'all, but the show's just not gonna be that interesting, right? Because at the end of the day, the women aren't this season. They're not creating any of the drama. I hate to break it to y'all. It's
You said
only the
they're
men. It's only the men. The men are the only ones that are initiating any of
initiating.
the movements. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They're initiating any of the movement. You know what I'm saying? And they're actually making shit shake in the villa, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If the girls all had their way, right?
Right.
The OG girls, right? And I'm speaking for the OG girls specifically because that's who, like, social media and people like they just love these. You know what I'm saying? Original four girls, Kata, Trinity, and and the rest of them, right?
Mhm.
But like, also we can hear you typing, Juicy.
Oh, sorry. I was supposed to send them in the
But
chat.
you're good. But anyways, as I was saying, like, with the audience liking these four girls so much, it really creates like kind of an imbalance because if these four girls had their way, nothing would happen in the village. Interesting. We would just be watching them do silly ass challenges and chat all day. We would be watching Kata, Trinity, and Melanie and them on vacation. That's what we'd be watching. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's down to the Corbins of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Caseys of the world who are being true to themselves, who are being authentic to themselves, who are going after what they want. You know what I'm saying? And not holding themselves back like the Anayas of the world, like the Trinities of the world, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the Melanies of the world. They're all holding themselves back from experiencing something interesting or good. You know what I'm saying, right? So yeah,
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to say that the OG girls suck, and but I mean, it kind of feels
I
like it.
am. I
It feels
am.
like it feels like it. It feels like it.
um,
Like it. The only one I really like is Anaya, and
why do you like Anaya?
well, okay, see. The thing is, I
Oh,
mean, well, I
because
mean,
she gives
like,
good
I give her
TV
a
and
pass. I give her a pass because of the fact that her, I feel like her choosing KC was putting herself out there
that's fine.
in a way that
Beyond that
Melanie
though,
wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like Melanie was going back to a dude that had just been doing her dirty. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like it kind of just felt like, girl, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Again, you're gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? All right, I guess.
but that's how
Right?
she feels though. But Melanie felt she genuinely feels for KC. So I guess they both made a decision for their
Melanie
heart.
feels for sincere. You mean?
I mean, yeah, Melanie feels authentic to her connection with Sincere, even though it's not real, right? In terms of like he's just probably bullshitting her, but she genuinely feels like he's a good guy, or like she feels whatever she feels. She went
But
back
it's
to him,
different because sincere has embarrassed her. Like
and
sincere is the problem in that relationship. It's not like
yeah, but she's
Casey
crazy though.
wasn't the
She's not.
problem. Casey wasn't the problem. It was really Anaya. Like it was really Anaya who was the one that was pulling Corbin for chats. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
was really being way too overbearing about the soul thing. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it was really Anaya who was the one that was kind of it was her who walked away from him twice, two different times in chats. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I mean like if you look at it from that
but here,
perspective,
but you gotta.
Anaya chose Casey, who hadn't really done her dirty in the same way that Sincere had literally just been lying to her face, and now she's figured that out because the Casa boys have told her. You know what I'm saying? And you still choose him, and then you're gonna lambast him up and down, and you're gonna curse him out,
That's
and then
true.
you're gonna curse him out again the next day or whatever by the pool. Like, girl, shut up. We don't want to hear it anymore.
But listen though, I feel where you're coming from. I'm not disregarding anything you're saying, but the reality is even though what you're saying is true, Melanie still chose a decision that's true to her. She's genuinely crazy. She's irrational, so she's gonna make a rational decision. So I think they both just kind of went with what they felt was best. And if anyone looks crazy and silly, it is Anaya. Even though she made that choice, she's the one who ended up by herself. As crazy as Melanie may look, Sincere chose her as well. You get what I'm saying? So I just want you to like
No,
think about that perspective.
but like she chose trash though. You know what I'm saying? Like Melanie. You know what I'm saying? Like she chose the guy that's gonna do her dirty again, and she's gonna find out
Yes,
eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's
absolutely.
it's not it's not the same, right?
Of
Like
course.
it's not the same. Like Sincere is the active explorer. He pulled Kata as well, right? I mean that was the only reason why Melanie was acting crazy in the first place was because Sincere pulled Kata. if we really want to go boil it down if we want to go way back to the root, Melanie never acted crazy until Sincere pulled Kata. So he wanted to explore Kata, then he did way too much with Soul.
But that was at the beginning, though.
Way too much with Soul. He did way too much with Soul. We know this. And he lied and he went back and forth. He really, I mean, come on now. Like, so I mean, it's Melanie is like way off base, and Anaya is single, yeah, sure. But I mean, if she plays her cards right, so she could get Casey back, and she's gonna get Carl.
I have no problem. I have no problem with Anaya choosing KC. That's not why I dislike her. That's fine. She can choose what she wants. My feelings for her is about the fact that she's a manipulator, right? And she uses her emotions, and she'll say she's okay about something and she's not. She'll curse and be disrespectful to the guy. It's all about her feelings and not the other good person. So I'm okay with her decision to do that. I'm just talking about how she behaves on this show. But what I will say, though, at the beginning of the episode, I think the beginning of the episode really showed how Anaya really is not mentally stable. Like, I was genuinely concerned. Like, she was literally she was bawling.
As a Love Island veteran, Juicy as a Love Island veteran, that was one of the worst Casa Amor reactions I've seen.
She crashed.
That was bad.
I'm like, this is batshit crazy. I mean, I'm like, over a guy you just met for a couple weeks. I'm like, bad. And you know it's a challenge. You know they're going to explore a connection, so you know that there's a possibility that he may not come back with you. Like, you're on a dating show where people have options. You didn't consider this. I just feel like she is so unstable for a show like this. I'm like, girl, I'm literally like, girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up.
Going upstairs to go. I've never seen someone have to go to sleep early.
I told y'all she's crazy.
Go to sleep early. I've never seen someone have to go to sleep early and right. I was like, that's wild. That is wild.
Going to sleep. Like, and my thing is, she's tweaked out, because how do you go to sleep early and you still, she was sitting there crying. Like, this shit was just insane. But it was really tough to watch. She really needs people like her and Melanie. They need healing before a dating show. Like, they're not healed. That's why I kind of love this show, because it gives you so many different angles and perspectives. This is what happened, guys, when you have people like Anaya. But this is what happens when you're unhealed and you try to date.
The craziest thing is neither of them are anywhere near as unstable as Huda from last season. She blows them both out the water. So, I mean,
I think it's different types of crazy.
No, Huda literally. I mean, I don't know if you keep up with the outside of the villain news.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I don't know what happened.
Okay, all right.
I kind of do with this season, not last season. But my girl told me that apparently something with Huda and she was stalking some guy or something like that.
I mean, yeah. Pull up to the baby mama's house. There's a restraining order now. There's the text messages. The text messages were really, really bad. She was threatening to jump off of you know what I'm saying, like multiple times. She said, "I will never see my daughter again because of you." It was bad. It was really bad. Whoa. So yeah, Huda, in my opinion, she by far blows all of them out of the water as far as mental instability. Okay.
And I just want to say something real quick.
That being said,
I was not laughing at her.
She should not have been on Love Island. Is what I would like to say about her.
Yes, and Anaya as well, and then Melanie, they don't need to be on there either. But it was crazy too when Anaya was like, "I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home." But you know what stood out to me though, which confirms what I've been saying about her feeling insecure about herself, is when she said, "I'm second guessing everything. I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel respected." But she said, "I don't feel beautiful first." If it's always this thing about it's about her esteem and her being assured. A guy choosing that other woman had nothing to do with her physical body. It had everything to do with her inability to let him be free, how she made him feel, her not allowing him to have a voice. That's the reason, but she never really listens, and that's the problem. But you know what? I do have to give it to Melanie, though. It was nice to see Melanie, how she was like trying to uplift her, although it was a little bit toxic.
It was a little too much. It was a
little too much. But listen though, but what Anaya was doing,
I don't know if she needs it with that delivery, Melanie.
She probably did though. I feel like, let me tell you why.
She did. Okay.
And now the reason why I say it is, because Anaya and Melanie has always been like this. And if you think about the beginning of the season, when Melanie was crashing out, Anaya was the one consoling her in a calm way. And at that moment, before we saw how crazy Anaya truly is, it was like, wow, she's so calm and level-headed. This is great and supportive. But when she started to like validate the crazy shit that she was doing, I was like, wait, Anaya is probably crazy too. This is probably crazy knows crazy. And then now I was right. Anaya is crazy. And I just felt
Crazy
like,
found crazy in the villa, right?
right. And so I felt like because Anaya is crazy too, she knew that Melanie is crazy just like Anaya. I felt like Melanie gave the advice and was kind of saying what she said in the moment because she's probably like, what would I need if this was me? If I was in the same situation, what would I want to hear? And I think it worked because I feel like she felt a bit better, a little bit. You know what I mean?
She
So
did.
I like their bond. I mean, as crazy as it is, it's necessary.
She did, and then Anaya went upstairs to lay in the bed and cry up under the covers all loud so that everybody could hear. And
All
go
loud.
her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh girl.
Oh, wrong show.
Anaya. Birds of a feather, as they say in the comments. Yeah, I think so. I mean, really, because I mean, they really mirror each other throughout the show. I mean, and it's stupid because they shouldn't, right? Like, because like in Melanie's relationship, Sincere's the problem, and in Anaya's relationship, Anaya's the problem, right? You know what I'm saying? But neither of them understand that, right?
Like, but hold on though. But you said in Melanie's relationship, Sincere's the problem.
At this point, yeah.
Sincere, let me be honest, and I love that we have like maybe we can give two different opinions. I feel like they're both the problem. Melanie is the problem because she knows what he's doing and she continues to allow herself to do it. And I want to give you an example. Like she allows herself to go back to him. I'll give you a perfect example. Tonight's episode, they were sitting by the pool. They're sitting down. Sincere's like, wow, it's such a beautiful day. Mind you, girl, you chose this man. You sat there. She looked miserable. And then she brought up some other stuff that she heard. So it's like, if you're going to choose this man, knowing that you can't keep letting, when you hear something, she asked him tonight too, how many times did you kiss the girl? It's like, if you're going to accept this man.
He lied again. And he lied again.
You have to. Okay, he's a liar. It's like, you have to support this damn man or leave. So she's the problem as well. She's choosing this. Like, because at this point.
This man sat here and said a few times. Like he didn't, bro. We watched you kiss her a few times each episode. A few times during the day, a few times during the morning, a few times during the nighttime, a few times in bed.
But listen though, he's probably fucking scared. Do you see how Melody crashes out when he does give her stuff? So in his defense, I mean, he's like, well, I don't
on TV, huh? Like they got you in 4K.
Okay, but he'll deal with that after the show's over and that reunion. But like in the moment,
together at that point.
Right? But I'm saying, but in the moment though, right? But in the moment, I just think it's the pressure of how she's making him feel. You know, she's just crazy. She's a lot.
I mean,
I'm not excusing his behavior.
I don't even know if I want to call her Melanie crazy.
What? You don't want to call Melanie crazy?
I really don't.
Melanie's not crazy. Melanie's not crazy.
I feel like she's crazy she's like delusional. She's like delusional, but I don't know if I'd say like she's delusional because she keeps going back to the guy, right?
You don't think all her like screaming, cursing out, storming around the room, like just acting on. Okay, let me just tell you this. I feel like
they're reasonable reactions though.
I feel like it's a reasonable
guy lying to your face and kissing another girl and then coming, like it was a lot, girl.
No,
it was a lot. And I'm a Love Island veteran. I've seen people explore on Love Island, but like this dude was lying and doing the most, and then saying one thing and then doing another thing, bro. Like it was a lot. It was a lot as a viewer. So just get rid of the comments. They say just get rid of the OGs and start over again. So at this point, but like they can't though. This is my problem with Love Island USA. It's so scripted, man. It's so scripted. They've already cast. Okay, sorry, go ahead, Juicy.
Yeah, let me say something real quick before we move the topic. The thing about Melanie and what you're feeling about her reaction. I feel like her sentiments are valid. Like, I'm not saying that Melanie shouldn't be offended or feel a certain way. To feel that way is fine, but the way that she's going about the cursing and the storming and the tantrums is it's emotionally immature. And as a grown woman doing all of this, when you know you're on a dating show, she's getting mad. She's still getting mad about kisses. This, he's exploring his options. Like, that's what he chose to do. She went on 2 dates. You know what I mean? And so, like, people have different values. You know what I mean? Like, she explored 2 different guys. She chose not to kiss. That was her choice to do. They're both single individuals. He explored one person. Did they kiss? Yes. He's a single man, and that's how he chose to explore. So I feel like she's not like a saint. And I just feel like, now, if they were in a relationship and they were not, and like, she didn't know that he was going to a house with other women and exploring them, then her reactions will be valid. But I'm like, this is what you signed up for. So this is why I say she's crazy. That's why I
No,
say
so like this is sure, like these are her reactions, but this is built upon. I mean, and yes, she
but she
did
was doing
kiss
this early.
Corey.
She was doing this in the
Yes, she
first
kissed
couple
Corey.
episodes. She
Yes, she
been
kissed
doing this.
Corey. But this is mainly because of the fact that this is built upon what we know previously with him doing the whole soul thing. So I mean, like
And
that's why she is reacting this way, because he's repeating the same behavior,
she
which is what she
reacted this
kept
way
on
before,
saying.
even
Which is what
before
she kept
Soul
on
came into the
saying
villa.
today. Hey, I let you talk, Juicy. All
All
right.
right, I'll mute the mic. I'll
So
mute the
what
mic.
she was saying, what she was saying was, like she was saying, she kept on repeating like, "Oh, this is the repeater behavior. He said he's gonna change, and then he does the same thing over and over and over again, or whatever, right? Because this is after Kada and now Soul, and then he bounced back to Melanie, and then he went back to Soul, or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And then like, you know what I'm saying? So he was bouncing back and forth like 5 times during that in those episodes, and he would come back and say, "I'm gonna change," or whatever, whoop-de-woo, or whatever, right? Now he comes back from Casa, and she's found out he's done the same thing again, or whatever, right? And she's struggling to grapple with that, because I think she was hoping he would come back to her from Casa, but maybe have done one kiss. You know what I'm saying? She didn't expect the whole bite in the lip thing. She didn't expect, what I'm saying, the whole as many kisses as they shared. And then she found out from TT about the morning kisses. So she's finding out, what I'm saying? She's understanding what I'm seeing, which is that Sincere is a manipulative fuckboy. And he is exploring and manipulating all these women and giving them extreme girlfriend treatment, and emotionally abusing them, for being for real, right? He's making them all feel like he's their boyfriend, right? You know what I'm saying? And then tossing them aside to go back to his toxic girl back home, right? You know what I'm saying? To enjoy his little toxic situation because it's familiar with, right? You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So he's rinsed and repeated, right? And so Melanie, that's starting to sink in for her, and that's why she's crashing out now during these episodes. I understand it. You can call it
Okay.
crazy, but she's coming to the realization that we see as viewers because we've been watching the show.
You know what? And you just, that last part, you just nailed it. And you brought up a great point, and I'm happy to listen to you and let you get it out. So sorry for
No,
earlier interrupting you. But
no, I
with that,
had to work it out
because
myself. I had to work it out myself. I was working through it as I was
it's
talking.
okay. It's okay, because even like as the episode came to a close, that hit me too. I was like, what we have been seeing as viewers, right, in terms of like how he gives, like you said, the girlfriend treatment to so many girls just right off the bat, effortlessly. Like, he just, I think it's just a part of his nature. Like, you can just sit
Mm-hmm.
any girl in front of him. I can sit my girlfriend in front of him, and he's just gonna like talk like that, and not
Mm-hmm.
really feel it. And to your point, yeah, I think it's settling, and she's just now getting it, and what's also
Right.
about to crank it up, and she's really about to understand just how toxic he is. Now you have Amora back, who can share her side and what he was saying to her directly, because Amora's going to be back on the next episode. And then TT is cranking it up too, right? TT was having a conversation. I'm not sure if you saw the preview for the next episode, but TT and Amora was chatting about how they're gonna expose Sincere for who he really is. You get what I mean? So I think if she hadn't gotten it now, although it seems like she's putting the pieces together, she's going to get confirmation. So that's just going to make the next episode really exciting. And so I would like for us to definitely talk about that as it comes. But again, you're not wrong in terms of her. I feel like her sentiments are valid. I just feel
Mhm.
like the crash outs have been crazy. But tonight, I will say, with everything you said in mind, definitely valid.
No, no. I understand. We're gonna look at her behavior a certain way because of the way that she's expressing it. She's expressing her anger, right? You know what I'm saying? But At the end of the day, I'm used to, at this point, like she's not calling him out of his name. Like Melanie's being much more mature, at least than like at least Kada and Trinity and Naya have been like in the past couple of days. And I want to address one of the comments before we move on from this Melanie Sincere thing. I'm saying Sincere is emotionally abusive to Soul and to Amora. I'm not saying he's being emotionally abusive to Melanie, right? He's being emotionally abusive to these girls because he's lying to them, giving them this girlfriend treatment.
He's definitely probably still being abusive to her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Melanie too. Yeah, Melanie too. but for sure, Amora and Soul, because like he's just straight up is just like cold faced lying to them, but making them with the forehead kisses, calling them beloved and shit. Like, bro, you don't got to do all that. You don't got to. You can explore and you don't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? You can explore. You can have your kisses with the girls, but you don't got to call them beloved and give them the forehead kisses and do all of this. Like, bro, you just doing way too much. Just explore respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Have your kisses with them. Because if you know you like Melanie, then just don't do all that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I guess
but it's like he doesn't have. It's like he doesn't have a backbone. And shout out to King Cash. I really like what King Cash said, and this is kind of my sentiment about her as well. It's that emotional abuse is too far. They're not closed off. If you continue to take him back,
and they're not
everything at that point, it is self-harm, right? Because what most people, what he did with how he moved with Soul, that would have been it, right? She continued to, she chose him again even after the Soul incident, and so the reason why I say it is crazy on her behalf in terms of the whole crashing out of it all is, at this point how he is, and even like the way that he talked to her. It's like, yeah, he does that talk with random women that come in the villa, that whoever you put in front of him, he does that. But she has to remember what he was saying to her in the very beginning. That's how he was talking to her. The same way he was talking to Amora, that how he just kind of went into that like romantic conversation. He did the same thing with Melanie. That's how he talks to women. So I feel like with her, she has to think about, damn, he was talking that way with me and after the first conversation. So how would I imagine him to speak to other girls too? He does the same thing. Maybe she thinks she's special.
And this is really weird because like it's nobody's closed off and nobody's even had the conversation or whatever, but everybody acts like it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. Like Melanie, if you really feel that way about Sincere Young, you need to have a conversation with him and say, "Hey, if you want me, you need to stop this exploring shit." Say that, all right?
Yeah.
And then if we can do that, maybe we can move on or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And the same should have been said. And see, this is the thing with Anaya too, right? Like. Anaya, with how much she has been doing in this episode and the last, with the crying and the
falling on the floor
and all this stuff, you should have spoke to KC and said, let's close it off. Because Casa Amore's coming up. Like y'all watch your cast for Love Island, y'all are the OGs. You should have watched the show. Casa Amore should be coming up in week 3. You know what I'm saying? So talk to your dude and say, let's close it off.
But she can't tell him that because she pretty much closed it off from the beginning. She wouldn't even have let him explore. So it would be one thing to close it off if she would allow him to explore while he was in the villa. It was already closed off. He felt closed off. So if she were to tell him to let's close it off, the answer would have been no, because he never had the chance to explore. Casa Amore was going to be his only opportunity to do that. So she just played this game all the way.
But Casey could have made, okay, but see, this is the thing though. Anaya played the game incorrectly, because if she liked Casey as much as she did, then she should have played this from she should have tried to get a sympathy angle from KC, right? She should have been like, you're making me feel bad. I mean, I'll let you explore, but it really hurts my feelings. Whoop-de-whoop. He would have came right back or whatever, as he basically did. He only had like 2 chats with Kate with Soul or whatever, right? And then she should have said, you know what I'm saying,
exactly.
something along the lines of, she shouldn't have stormed off during these conversations. And if she would have asked him if he wanted to be closed off, he would have felt chosen. That's been the whole thing with KC, right? That's the whole reason why he explored in Casa Amore, was because he didn't feel chosen, right? So if she felt this way about KC, to where she is crying and hyperventilating and doing all of this, girl, you should have asked that man to close off. We get to say this all the time, man.
But again, you're asking a girl who's crazy to be rational. She's not rational, so of course she's not gonna think that way, unfortunately. And so that's just kind of like the home she built for herself. So she's gonna have to lay in it and make her bed in that bed, in the bedroom. So let's say anything else before we move on to, because I want to talk about Bryce and Trinity for a moment.
Sure, let's get
Next,
into it.
let's get into it. So let me just tell you, I am so bored and tired with Bryce and Trinity. It's like the only thing they say is, I just missed you, and I'm so happy you chose me, and I'm so happy you waited for me. It's like they're repeating the same stuff. I'm like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Is this a loop? Because I
I
heard
feel like
this for the last 5 episodes. What else is going on? Let's talk about
no,
raising a family. Let's talk about what's your spiritual belief? Are you a
and
Republican or a
did you
Democrat?
see?
I don't know, something. Talk
Did,
about something else
did you see
besides
like
I
the
chose you.
way?
I'm bored.
Did you see like
What?
the way like kissing? It didn't in Soul Ties, or was it Soul Ties? It just didn't really feel like there was any chemistry there. Like
There's
they
no
did like a couple
chemistry.
pecks. They did a couple pecks,
They're
and
fucking
then
friends.
they hugged each other, and I was like, what the hell? Like, come
It
on,
is
man.
so fucking fake. And I'm
I
just
don't
like,
know,
stop
man.
insulting my intelligence.
I
Stop.
don't know, man. It's really weird. And then they're talking about you better not do any more exploring. Okay, y'all can both leave the villa, man. Why are you in the villa? Like I don't get it with the Melanie, the Kata, the Zach or well, yeah, Melanie, Kata, um, and what's her face, Trinity. Like yo, y'all can take y'all's man and just leave the villa, and then and then the rest of us can have love out. We're only in week 3, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? You're adding all closed off. You're calling the new girls bees. You know what I'm saying? You're calling Casey a bee and Corbin a bee for exploring. Like, what are we doing, man? This don't even feel like Love Island anymore,
It
man.
doesn't. I'm like, did they not read the terms and conditions of the show? Did they not watch the show previously? Did they not know what they signed up for? Are the producers not talking to them? It's
And it
like
sucks because the couples don't even have chemistry.
they
It's
don't
the
have
crazy
chemistry.
part.
It's like, for the
Like
love of God,
it would
please
be
explore.
different. It would be different if they were like, oh yeah, they're right for each other. They're not. They're not, and they're still doing this. And, like that's what pisses
Exactly.
me off about
Exactly. It's so
it.
annoying. But
Sorry, I'm
they can
gonna
only
crash out.
fake it. They can only fake it for so long. Take all right, Bryce and Trinity, you can only fake the funk
Bryson's
for
in
so
love with
long.
Cages, man. Oh, do we want to talk about the Bryce and Zach moment this episode?
Listen, I saw it at this point. I'm tired of it. At this point, I'm like, it's giving plants. Like y'all were told to do it. I'm gonna let you talk
Mm-hmm.
about it. Because I'm just annoyed. Every week I talk about it, I have notes. I'm just like, at this point, I'm bored with it.
Yeah, it was some like a little weird thing or whatever where they like hug each other and like we're so back, man, and then like Zach started like humping him, like but it was like missionary style. It was really weird.
Oh my
I mean, I'm
God.
like, bro, what did you want?
You know what I mean?
And then after the fact, in the challenge later, or was it in the challenge? I don't know. At some point, um,
I lost count.
Trinity says to Zach or whatever, like he's my man or whatever, and like he still comes to sleep in the bed with me or whatever, right?
Yes.
But then Zach ran up to Bryce and like it was like we were like kissing him or they were like doing like a like weird thing
And can
together.
I pause you
It's
there?
just like yeah, go ahead. That's all I
Here's my
have.
thing, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna press play and let you continue. I have to pause you there because Trinity literally said, "But he sleeps with me at night." So she's
Like, are you
basically
not
saying,
embarrassed?
so she no, but that part too. But she's basically saying, yes, you can have your fun with him. You guys can date. Y'all can kiss him and do Lord knows what. As long as he's sleeping with me, I don't care. Like, let's be real, girl. You have no emotional connection to this man. If this was a man who you were genuinely pursuing, whether he was flirting with another girl in the villa or Zach, you would have a problem with it. Okay. She has no care in the world. I've seen the most emotion for her ever in the villa on the previous episode when she was turned up at KC about him choosing himself and putting himself first. That's the
This
most
is true.
energy I've seen her ever possess on this show. I've never seen her have any of that type of energy for Bryce. It's always like, yeah, I like you so much. This little fake little, I'm so calm. This is great. Girl, you from the hood.
You're
We know you
really
got
right.
more. We know you got more energy than that. Please, Carisha, please.
Yeah, no, you're really right. She really did have more passion in that moment going after Casey and TT than she has ever had for Bryce or for Bryce doing this weird stuff with Zach or for Zach doing this weird stuff to Bryce. Because I mean, it seems like Zach is is the doer in the situation.
Not
So
the doer is crazy. Not the doer.
oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, no.
Oh,
So yeah, no. So it's getting really weird, and I think at a certain point, if we have movie night, we need a movie night compilation of all these weird moments, and we especially need a movie night compilation of Zach and Bryce talking shit about Trinity, and Bryce never defending Trinity in those situations,
he's never
because
defends
that's
her.
why that's why we know that he don't really like her, because Zach has talked all types of shit about her. Like he said like, oh,
Everybody,
and then even at
all the
one point
guys.
Zach said KC at one point, oh yeah, he would go after if Casey if Kato wanted Bryce, then Bryce would leave Trinity 1,000%. That's what he said. Put
And
that in movie
Bryce,
night.
yes, put them in movie night. And Bryce is the laziest guy up in this thing. Okay. He's so lazy. At least all the other guys explore at least more than two women. You know what I mean? They're putting in effort. And my thing is, Bryce, if you have decided that you pretty much want to marry Trinity, she's going to be the only one you explore, then you need to pump it up and do what Corey did. Plan a date. If you like, plan a little date for her, do a little
Yep.
picnic, put some type of effort. He puts more energy with Zach. He's fucking boring. Get him out my villa. Go work, like do something with Trinity. But again, it's fake, right? If it's a fake relationship, there's gonna be zero effort, and she's okay with it too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's like usually it's an imbalance. It kind of reminds me of like Sincere and like Melanie. Like maybe like usually it's like maybe one person liking the person more than the other. So like maybe it would have been, let's just say, play devil's advocate. Maybe Trinity liked him more. She would be asking for more, but she's not asking for more, so he's not doing more. It's a waste of my time.
Absolutely correct. Is there anything else that happened during the nighttime that we should talk about before just moving on to the Megan Thee Stallion bit? I mean, I guess TT and all the girls made up. There's
Oh, yeah,
they
that was
wasn't
kind of
really on
weird.
shit. They wasn't
Yeah, that
really
was
on.
yeah, I
It
feel
wasn't
like
really on.
right. I'm like, okay, I was hoping for a little bit more. My thing is this, it kind of felt inauthentic and maybe we missed something with editing, but like I'm all for women like moving on. Like I don't want y'all to beef the whole time. But like I feel like that was a quick turnaround. You know, like it should have been like a little bit of a heat to heat, a heart little like have a little
Like they
conflict
didn't even
first.
talk.
You know what I mean? Like have a little bit of contention first, a little bit of a raised voice, a little bit of shade. Like give me a little bit of housewives for a little bit. And then somebody comes in and say, "Hey girl, let's get it together. It's not even about you, it's about him." And then I would have been okay with it. Y'all just kumbaya. Oh, I have something to tell you too.
What's that?
I got some little tea on Miss TT. Hey, that kind
Okay,
of has a
okay.
ring to it. I got some tea on
Oh,
TT.
oh,
I got
oh!
some
Is it?
tea
Oh,
on.
is it her going on a streamer's little like stream or whatever? I saw that.
You know every goddamn thing. But yeah, and let me tell you, yeah, so most of you may know, I don't know, but basically Trinity, not Trinity, what the hell? I'd be missing everybody yet.
TT Tierra.
TT, she was on a popular person stream. Let me go ahead and tell y'all the name of it. His name is there's a streamer named Deshae Frost, and there was like this YouTube video, and she pretty much it seems like scripted, like he probably told her to behave a certain way, and she was on it.
Well, I
That's her
mean, like,
but let me
which
tell
is
you what.
which is really strange. Like, a lot of the IG models go on streamers things like this. Like, that's the thing I see like all the time, just scrolling. So I mean,
And
like,
the
I don't
reason,
really think I don't really know
wait,
what. I think it was more so people were just like, oh, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like the To Be movie with Bryce
right,
and all
but and the
that.
reason why I brought it up is just to say, just be mindful of it. It's like maybe she's just here like a lot of them, or just for clout, like just wanting attention. And I just brought it up to say a complaint that you and I've already talked about. Like I want to just see people who are there here to find love, not for fame. And so like if you just randomly showing up on people's stream is giving groupie, is giving I want attention. And so it's making me question. Like I like TT to be clear, but now it's making me question. I'm like, if you that thirsty, and what he was saying on that stream was like very disrespectful. So the fact that she tolerated or went along with the script, it just goes to show that's how thirsty she is to get known. And so if she's that thirsty, then she's thirsty enough to come on
It
Love
makes me
Island
wonder,
and
like, I
fake
wonder if like
this.
Alana,
Like
for
I just want
example,
real
or
shit, huh?
Parmita, or it makes me wonder if like Parmita or like Alana or anyone or any of like them have been on like Fresh and Fit or something. Like, there's got to be like a
Probably.
crossover there, because like the Miami Girls or something. Like, I bet you they've been on like some bullshit podcast or like the whatever podcast for sure. I bet you someone's been on some bullshit on Love Island probably. But I mean, yeah, like they're all IG models. They're everyone in the show, So I mean,
And
like,
this is why we have this problem now where we're like, there's no real relationships. I saw some people in the comments too saying we're not feeling any relationships because these people are not here
I like
to
for me to
find love.
friends.
They're just here to get famous. So I'm complaining about it, not because I'm like, girl, get your money, do what you want to do. But like, I'm going to complain about it because I'm watching Love Island. Like, yeah, I want to see the shenanigans and all the craziness of it all. But at the end of the day, I want to see people who are really looking for love. Like, so make me believe in it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I try. I try. I mean, I usually see the outside of the villa stuff. I try not to let it judge, like, cloud my judgment as far as what they do, unless
Yeah.
it's like, what I'm saying, like, and what I'm saying. Sometimes we found out some of them are, what I'm saying, Trumpers, or whatever the case may be, just something,
Races.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or racist. They get done from the villa and all that, right? But like, it's whatever. I don't know. I personally wish that, like, we kind of, because people got really parasocial, man. Like when, like, I think I told you in one of the previous streams, when Carl got into the villa, people were looking at his friends and they were like, "Oh, one of his friends has Black Lives Matter in his bio on Instagram." And
Oh
it's
my
just like, what are
God.
we doing?
Yeah, the
What are
friends are
we
doing
doing?
too much.
What are we doing?
The exes are doing
It's
too
like,
much. So
let's
you
just
got exes.
relax. We don't need edits already. We don't need These are just regular people like you and me. But see, at the end of the day, the problem is, and I think it's a Gen Z issue, and especially a Gen Alpha issue, because too many Gen Alpha people watch the show and they should not, but they do, because really they're too young. This show's gross. The issue is that these people don't have friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, younger people don't have as many friends, right? And as a result, they view the OG girls, the OG Villa girls, they view them as their friends. And they view themselves as like a part of that friend group. Or like they put themselves in the shoes of one of the Islanders, right? For whatever reason, black
They
girls view
signed up
themselves
for
as Cindy and
friends.
Anaya. For whatever reason, Hispanic girls view themselves as Melanie. For whatever reason, the white girls see themselves as Kinsey, right? Like, it's not just what it used to be, to where we all just watch a TV show and judge people for what they do. Instead, now the people are putting themselves, they're watching the show as if they are that person. So when Casey disrespects Anaya, even though he didn't do anything wrong, they take it how Anaya took it. You get what I'm saying? That's why. I mean, I saw TikToks of girls crying or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, some girl was like,
I'm
I'm never
canceling
watching
my
Love
Peacock.
Island
I'm
again.
canceling my Peacock. Oh my god!
Like, please.
But you know
Please,
what I'm saying?
girl.
That's what I'm saying. She views herself as Anaya. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you know why? You know why I say that specifically is because of the fact that she said, "I'm not gonna watch black women suffering be monetized." Keep in mind, Casey's with a black woman. Tierra's black. Like, she's black as you and me, Juicy, right? You know what I'm saying? So keep in mind, like, that's the reality,
I'll tell
right?
you what the
But
problem
despite
is.
that, it's because they view themselves as a Naya, right?
It's,
You have to like a certain black woman that they already like because she's been on the show for long. You know what I'm saying?
that's one angle, and it's definitely that. It's another angle too. Another angle is they don't like to see women take accountability, right? What happened is a lot of people are in
What you
they
mean?
just I'm about to explain.
Gotcha.
A lot of them are just upset, right, at the fact that how dare Anaya not get her way, right? Anaya said that she liked this boy, even though she disrespected him, she manipulated him emotionally, she didn't let him play the game of Love Island, right? How dare she end up heartbroken, right? It never can cross their mind that a guy could choose and put himself first. So a lot of them are just upset at KC because he represents, and even the girls in the villa, he just represents the fact that a guy can like not choose get like when you're dating, it's a gamble. You know, you may not always get chosen. And I think that for them it's like a tug at the heart, like, damn, she's a girl, she deserved it all. And it's like, but at the end of the day, if the girls in the villa were good friends, they wouldn't just support everything that she does. If they would have pulled her aside and said, hey girl, you're gonna have to let Casey let him like explore. Like if they were saying things like that, like don't curse him out, don't be disrespectful to this man, don't belittle him, he's a man, let him feel like a man, you know. But they weren't doing that. Instead, they were just like supporting every single thing that she did, even when she was wrong, even when she was looking crazy. And so, yes, that's why the women in the villa are just mad at Casey, and that's why a lot of the people at home they're feeling that way too because they share that same sentiment. It's really
Well,
unfortunate.
it's just like I think a really big problem is too is like they're like allowing too much disrespect from the female contestants to the male contestants, and they're allowing them to be a little bit too clicky and gang up. Like, yo,
Yeah,
when Ariana's asking one person a question, we don't need Kata. You know what I'm saying? We don't need
yeah,
everybody to pitch in. We
yeah,
don't need
literally,
everybody booing, throwing tomatoes, doing this corny shit, right? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But like that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And so then it gets to a point to where for certain islanders, right? They can say all these things, you know what I'm saying? And then it really kind of ruins the chance for good storylines that happen on the UK, you know what I'm saying? For example, right? Because like a really good storyline would be some of these couples getting back together. You know what I'm saying? Some of these couples talking things out, hashing things out, right? But
exactly.
you might not do that. You know, you're not going to get those storylines when you have these girls calling each other's or calling the dudes bitches up and down the villa. You know what I'm saying? Calling these
Exactly.
pussies and cowards, doing all
Yep.
this super disrespectful stuff, right?
So
You know what I'm
disrespectful.
saying? So I mean that they would once again, and the reason why I'm saying this is an issue is because once again they would never allow it from the male contestants. We know this, right? I mean, once again, they've kicked off people for saying these things. So it's yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ruin and I'm just wondering like where does the season go? Like what do we do? You know what
No,
I'm saying?
literally, because I felt so bad towards the end of this episode. I felt so bad during the challenge for the guys. You know what I mean? Because like the way that again, Megan Thee Stallion was giving the girls just random points just because she gave the
I mean,
girl the
I don't care
big.
about that.
But let me finish.
The challenges don't mean anything, you know?
Right, right. But let me finish. Hold on. Yeah, but then it's just like she gave them all the things to really squirt them in the face. But then it's not just that. It was like the disrespectful things that the girls, like to your point. It was just like I think that in that moment as a guy, it may not matter to you the little squirt in the face and all that, but when you put all that together, Megan Thee Stallion throwing shade, the girl squirting you and saying, calling you a coward, calling you a bitch, it was just the disrespect was crazy, and then I'm like, yo, if in that moment, if I was the guys, I'm like, damn, do I really want to date these? In that moment, as a male, I was like, damn, none of these women are attractive to me in this moment because it's really giving like women versus men. Like it's not giving unison. Like, of course, they're free to feel how they feel, but that was just like crazy disrespectful.
Because like also you kind of start to see the light start to drain from Zach and Bryce's eyes, right? Because they know if you're talking to a grown man like this, you know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen
Exactly.
when I'm gonna fight with you? Because I mean
Exactly.
that's the real shit that's gonna happen, right? So you can see
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't I don't know. This is just like a new generation. Because I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like with you shouldn't talk to a man that way because at the end of the day,
Exactly.
you can't put hands on him, right? And like so like y'all can't do anything, right? You know what I'm saying? If a man talks to another man like that, we fight. You know what I'm saying? Like we throw hands. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't talk to somebody like that when y'all aren't on the same level. That's just weird. That's just really
Yes.
weird.
And the
You know what I'm
moment they try to defend themselves, they're getting painted as a villain. Like, how dare you talk back? How dare you have a backbone? How dare you have a voice? Of course he's gonna choose TT, who's allowing him to feel like a man. You get what I mean? And just I don't know. It was just crazy. And I hate to see
saying?
that. I hate to see
Mhm.
that shit. I'm not gonna say that those men are
And
perfect.
it's really just weird too because like at the end of the day, like you doing all this crying, girl, you chose him. You're doing all
You chose him.
you were crying over him just last night,
Over a man
hyperventilating.
who's not your man. This is not your man.
I mean, I thought you had asked, right? You know what I'm saying? You was doing a lot more than I have seen really any other Islander. Honestly, I'm struggling to recall a time that a girl reacted worse to a guy, you know, coming back with a girl from Casa than Anaya did today in this episode.
And I
I'm struggling to recall, and they were not even on good terms before Casa, which is the crazy part.
exactly. She literally told him to explore. I don't know if you guys remember before the guys went to
And
Casa
walked away
Amor,
from the
her and Casey were not in a good explore. She literally said, "Go explore. I don't give a fuck." Da 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 da. She did all. That's why I'm like, she's fake. She do all this popping off at the mouth, and she
I
doesn't
mean,
really mean it.
it's just sad though, because it's just at the end of the day, they're just so delusional. But like, so
So
we're not gonna
delusional.
watch nobody's gonna find love because these are the OG girls. They're delusional, and then we can't get new girls to replace them because I think there's not enough space in the villa. You know what I'm saying? At some point, somebody's gonna have to get dumped, and
Speaking,
it probably they're not going to let it be Trinity or whoever else.
yes, you're making it. This is a perfect transition to what I was to the challenge. When Megan Thee Stallion was walking in, before we knew it was Megan, I got excited. I was like, we need some new girls. I was like, this girl got a nice booty, is jiggling.
You didn't know it was Meg? I knew it was
I didn't
Megan.
think it was Meg. I was just thinking, thank God, there's about to be a new freaking bombshell in the villa. I was so excited because I'm like, these girls are a wash. And then it's Megan Thee Stallion. I'm like, oh, okay, some more like feminist stuff that I mean, this is basically a feminist show at this point, right? Where it's like all about like the women are never wrong and all this stuff. But she came in and then we had the challenge. I'm gonna let you start the challenge conversation off though.
Skip. Just skip through it. Who cares?
You didn't watch it.
Like, dude, oh my god, it's so stupid, yo. Like, and like Love Island, they had me back, y'all, for like an episode. I thought we were back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, they done turned the season around, baby. They done turned the season around. We are so back. We're eating good. You know what I'm saying? We got some good reality TV, y'all. Snooze fest. This is what are we doing? There's a challenge every episode. No couples went on a date. We've had like 5 bombshells the entire island. You know what I'm saying? Half the bombshells get dropped because they're racist. You know what I'm saying? This shit sucks. Cancel the show, bro. This shit sucks. Cancel my Peacock subscription too.
Right. Let's talk about some I think this will be a good place to like give a few predictions though, because with I'll say the good part is the ending, which you were right. I didn't think you were going to be wrong, but you were right. You called it. Carl, of course, they voted Carl back in, and they voted Amor in, so that's going to be good. We're going to have like here's my predictions though, and we saw it in the preview. Amora and TT about to crank it up and reveal to Melanie, because one of them said, Melanie, you my girl, you know what I mean? Because her what is it, TT and Anaya made up, so it's looking like. And also, Melanie's starting to wake up herself too. We saw it tonight, right? She's starting to wake up and realize he's not the guy. He's not the most sincere person, right? She's picking up on it. So I think that, and also, and he said it tonight. He said, I'm exhausted. When he was having the conversation at the pool, I'm talking about Sincere. So what I think is there's going to be a bigger issue with Sincere. I don't know if Sincere and Mel are going to make it, because it looks like he's having second thoughts as he should, and she's having second thoughts as she should. So I'm excited or interested to see what's going to happen, because if they do break up, Sincere's exposed. I don't think any of the old girls or even the Casa Amor girls are going to want to talk to him, because it's like, you're full of shit, And so if Melanie doesn't want, huh?
Do we think Amara does Amara chat with him? I don't know. Does Amara want that man still?
That's what I'm saying. After he went back to Melanie, and then after TT's about to crank it up about how fake he is, I don't think she's gonna want to go back to him. So I feel like if Melanie leaves him, which that probably won't happen, but if she does, he's gonna be in trouble. He's gonna be off the villa. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what that's gonna happen. I'm also, Carl's coming in. I feel bad for Carl, because of course he's gonna speak to Anaya, and Anaya is draining. She's gonna try to fake like she's so calm and well-mannered. And then the moment she doesn't get her way or she doesn't feel validated, she's going to start cursing him out, crying, doing all this stuff. I just feel like he's a calm man. He needs a calm woman. She's about to like crank up his life. So that's going to be a mess too. What you think?
So there's 2 things that can happen, because Anaya and Carl, like, it kind of can't work at this point. It can't work not after she did all that crying and was calling him a bitch even the next day, even in this challenge, right? The end of the episode, right? After she's made up with TT and all that, she's still very hurt and triggered by this all. You know what I'm saying? So it's also, this shit feels scripted, man. How did they even have the vote back in time for this episode?
Well, I guess it wasn't you. Someone told me that I think it was you. Then you told me they did film the episodes like 2 nights.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's supposed to be 3 days, I think. But I'm like,
but it don't take that long for them to do
it. Was on Friday night though, and so I'm like, so when was this filmed? Like, because this,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Right, like, so I mean, like, this should, like, what we're seeing should have been what happened on Friday, like, or Thursday or something. I would think. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about it.
They have the vote results already. I don't know.
If it's not scripted, what they probably said, well, they took him back to the hotel. They could have said, hey guys, there's gonna be a vote. So there's a chance that one of you may come back. So we're gonna like keep you here. That probably happened. If that didn't happen, then they just said, we're gonna keep y'all two here.
No, but I'm saying, how do they? I'm saying they shouldn't. I feel like they shouldn't have had the results for this vote back in time.
It don't take that long for people to quickly do a vote though. They can have us fill a survey out right now.
It has to be open for like 6 hours or like 12 hours usually. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it would have to be the next day, and it's a 2-day delay, Juicy, right? So like, if it's a 2-day delay and the vote's on Friday, then
I see what you're saying.
The thing would have had to have been filmed on Thursday.
You're right.
Right? Because of the 2 days, because it's Sunday right now. So I'm saying today's episode should have been what happened in real life on Thursday. So there shouldn't have been a vote at all. Right? Okay, right. Am I tripping? Am I tweaking? This shit is scripted, yo. Okay, all right.
Well, someone just said they only give you 2 to 3 hours to vote. Someone just said they give you 2 to 3 hours to vote.
But what I'm saying is that what we're seeing today should have been what happened on Thursday. Like in real life on Thursday. But the vote wasn't until Friday in real life. Maybe what we're seeing today happened on Friday in real life. That's possible too.
Maybe,
but the vote didn't close. Exactly. The vote results would have never been back for them to have known it was Carl if what we're seeing was filmed on Friday night. So
I'm not shocked.
Hey, some shit is awry. Okay, this shit ain't right, yo. This shit is not.
Right. We know that Bryce and Trinity are actors. They are to be actors, and so we know that also TT has been on this thing. So like I say that to say, it wouldn't be surprising if they scripted some stuff or planned some shit. Like it wouldn't be like shocking for them. It wouldn't be shocking for the cast or for production to do something like that. So that is a good point, Princess.
That Love Island is filmed with.
Ooh, Anthony brought up a good point. He said, I hope Carl explores other women. I want to see how Anaya reacts. Yes, I want to see. That is a good point, because I also want to see how Carl's going to react to Anaya's reaction.
I told you not to vote.
How is Carl going to react?
If the vote was real, this is why I told y'all not to vote Carl back. Because there's like nothing good that can come from this.
You said it.
Nothing good that can come from this. There's nothing good, because I mean, like I feel like him and Anaya can't work after she did all this crying, and then it's still mad at him the next day. I just feel like they can't work anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Carl deserves better.
Now, yeah, he does deserve better, really. Because I mean, if they get back together too, then when Carl and Anaya are together on movie night, they're gonna play those clips of Anaya going, I just want my fine shit back. And Carl's just not fine shit. You're going to play that, bro. I don't want to see that, man. I just don't want to see it. I mean, or maybe I do. Fuck it. I don't care at this point, man.
Here's my issue,
We need some drama.
We need some drama. Here's my thing, though, and this may be some drama. If they bring Carl back, they brought Carl back, right? The girls are so loyal to Anaya to a fault. I feel like he should be able to explore other options beyond Anaya, but I think the girl's going to say, well, Anaya, she just needs, it's going to be like a sympathy thing where they're going to try to make Carl feel bad if he tries to explore other people. And that's not fair to Carl. And that's my issue with this whole Anaya and the girl groupthink mentality. It's like they try to force people to do stuff. Please let that man explore the villa, because I don't feel like, I don't know that Anaya's the one for him. Actually, I don't say I know. I know she's not the one for him. She's not stable. So give him the opportunity to at least explore. But again, I don't think the women are going to do that because they're so loyal. They think this is Friendship Island and not Love Island. So they're going to put Anaya first, unfortunately.
I think Carl, now that he is he's got a secure spot in the villa, because you got to remember, all the Casa boys, when they're in Casa, they don't know if they're chosen or not, so they don't have a spot yet, right? So Carl, he might have thought it was easier to go for Anaya than it was to go for any of the other girls who already had multiple girls going for them, right? Like Kenzie already had Dylan and Gaul, you know what I'm saying? Jen had Gaul, so she probably ain't switching up because she, whatever, right? I mean, I guess he maybe could have went for Jen and doubled up on that, but you know what I'm saying? It was easiest to go for Anaya because I think she was the only one after they cut it down to 6, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
She was a default.
Yeah, she was the only one. Yeah,
but don't let her think that though, because then she's gonna crash out about I wasn't chosen.
Oh, and they're gonna play the clip of her saying to Zach that he was the safe option. That Carl was the safe option because she said that today. She said that today. Yeah, because when she was talking to Zach, Zach was like, "You made the right choice." Remember that?
Make that movie night happen.
You made the right choice. So
make that movie night happen.
Yeah, man. It wouldn't be right for Carl for real, man. It wouldn't be right for Carl. It wouldn't be right for Carl. But also at the same time, though, if Carl goes for so why I said there's nothing good that can come from this. And see, y'all are so stupid, man. Listen to me. If you're an Anaya fan and you voted for Carl, you're just not that intelligent.
If you're an Anaya fan,
you gotta have foresight. Though, you gotta have foresight.
If someone's an Anaya fan, are they the smartest? No shade, sorry. But come on now. If they're an Anaya fan, they probably are not the most rational person to begin with. Okay.
But listen to why I'm saying this, right? Okay. There's nothing good that could have come from voting Carl back into the villa. Not for Anaya and not for Carl. Because either what happens is she gets with Carl, right? And then the relationship gets unraveled because of movie night or just, whatever else, right? And then Carl feeling like a second option and then talking about that and whatnot, right? And so then they break up and then Anaya has a second heartbreak in the villa. Right, you know what I'm saying? And y'all got to watch that for a second time over. Either that happens, and then that's option A. That's option A. Option B is Carl goes and he's true to himself, and he's like, "And I didn't put me first, so I'm gonna put myself first now because I don't have to. I'm not in survival mode anymore. I just got put in the villa." And he goes for Kenzie, and he pulls Jen for a chat, and then Anaya gets heartbroken again. So yeah, you lose two lose situations with voting Carl back in. Nice job, guys. Good job. Good job. Clap it up for the Anaya fans. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up.
And they think this is a win. And here's the part. Here's the funny part. If you really want to laugh, they think this is a victory. They're so happy. They're like, "Yay! Carl's in the house. Anaya's gonna be saved." They think she's gonna be her white savior, and she's gonna save her like a superhero. Because Anaya thinks she's a Disney princess, and she thinks she's waiting for her fairy tale ending. She says it all the time, and y'all think it's Carl. She thinks it's Carl, but it's not. But here's another thing I've thought about too. Amoro's in the casa, and like if he genuinely is interested in Black women, if he is, I don't feel like he is, but if he genuinely is, then maybe he should give Amora a shot, right? Yeah. But again. And Amora will probably be open to it because she's not a part of the OG Villa Girls. Well, the OG Villa Girls are like, "Listen, we have known each other all our lives. Baby, I'm going to put nobody above you." So, but she's not a part of that. So maybe she would actually be open to it. Is he really interested in that? Are they compatible? Probably not.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird too because like Amora doesn't have anybody else to talk to because, it's like.
She's kind of like, what's her personality like?
Like, it's just like, why did y'all? I really don't understand the
casting. Who did casting?
I don't understand the point of this plot twist with the bringing the Cosmic Ghosts back. Like, we should have got 2 new bombshells, and instead we got the bombshells that we just dumped.
They were dumped for a reason. You know what I mean?
They were dumped and brought right back 24 hours later. How does that make sense, man?
But I think they realized, though. I think the producers was like, "Listen. Okay, the way this episode ended when Anaya got dumped, it was like, let's bring Carl back. They'll give Anaya more storyline. This girl is batshit crazy. She's good television. I give Anaya that. Like, she got us talking. She is good television. And as much shit as I give Anaya, what I do appreciate about her is she's authentic. She's not like one of those Trinities and those people who just like want to get famous. Like you could tell. Listen, we can say whatever we want about Anaya and Melanie, but those two motherfuckers are really out here looking for love. Like they are looking to get married. Okay, if that's not true, then they just want validation and they have low self-esteem. And maybe it could be a combination of all those things. But I just appreciate them for showing up and being authentic.
Who wants to get married?
Melanie and or Anaya. I'm just saying in terms of like how they're showing up and like being so like serious about finding, or it could just be they're that insecure and like they just, it's just that level of toxicity.
I don't know what the deal is with those girls, to be honest. I don't know, because I feel like Anaya is mimicking what Melanie's doing, and Melanie's just doing like a toxic, like weird, like Philly hood relationship thing. You know what I'm saying? Like she's trying to do like she's trying to emulate something like where they're toxic and they curse each other out and stuff, and Sincere likes it, and I don't know. They got some weird thing going on.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a very it's like two birds giving each other advice. It's like y'all stop giving each other advice. Go to therapy and let a licensed professional give you advice.
There was a really good comment. King Cash said they don't got enough votes to protect everyone. You can't save Kada and Kenzie and Trinity and Anaya. Someone has to be left hanging. This is true. So Kenzie's not included, in my opinion, in that group of the four of them. The four of them, they would cut Kenzie immediately. Because Kenzie's aligned with Jen mainly, even though she shouldn't be. Because Kenzie Snake.
I love Kenzie.
Really?
Kenzie's only playing the game. Kenzie's playing the game. I mean, she was kind of annoying tonight. I was like, yo, how many times is she gonna do a split?
She's been very annoying with calling Corbin a bitch, like how word.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So much over. and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy too? It wasn't even Corbin that said that Kenzie's out the window. That was KC that said that. Everybody misinterpreted that situation. When Parmita came into the villa, KC looked at Corbin and said, "Oh, I bet Kenzie out the window." It was not even Corbin.
But did Corbin agree with him? But did Corbin
say said anything? I don't think he said anything. He didn't say no though. He didn't say no. But they're sitting here acting like this dude. You would have thought he called her out her name. Like, Jesus Christ. They've been dragging this Corbin disrespected Kenzie shit for like 2 episodes now. I'm over it.
They got to get over it. I just want them to move along to get along, you know?
Also, thank God Casey said tonight, what did I do that was disrespectful?
Exactly. Even Megan Thee Stallion couldn't even say it. She was just like, you know what you said.
Dude,
what did he say? Because if you want to talk about disrespect, let's crank it up. The one who's disrespectful is Anaya. She's the one who was fucking cursing calling this man a bitch and a coward. A piece of shit. She called him immature. She called him a kid. They have said, and even
if y'all thought Casey said something in Casa, and I didn't hear that, to be calling him a bitch now. She didn't hear the disrespect. She didn't hear the disrespect.
And they damn sure didn't.
All they saw was him acting like, you know, a loosey goose in the challenge. All they saw was him having fun in the challenge. That was literally it. So right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They did a lot. They really did a lot. And yeah. Oh God, man, it hurts my head. Shout out to Parmita.
Shout out to Parmita.
He's so right with Parmita.
Parmita, and oh God, I like it. And you know what I like about it is like she rolled for him, but she also is not a dummy. Like tonight's challenge, she squirted him to let him know, like, don't play with me.
But she was cute about it too.
And that's how you go about it.
And she was exactly.
You say I'm gonna lick the cream off your face, but I'm gonna let you know the way you play with them, don't play with me. But we good.
I thought Trinity said that.
She said it. She got Trinity got inspired. Parmita said it first.
Okay. Oh, Trinity, okay. I didn't know.
Because because Trinity doesn't have a real thing, so she just was inspired by that. So yeah.
I also just really don't. Can we talk about the structure of this episode? This is not what you do after a Casa Amor coupling. This is not the type of episode that you release. Like these episodes are structured so bad. The recouplings take 40 minutes. They take 40 minutes with 2 commercial breaks. It's crazy. Okay? The challenges, they take 40 minutes also. Like, why can't y'all get through a challenge in a reasonable amount of time? Why does each challenge have to have 2-3 different steps to cause some drama that we don't even get to see the Islanders talk it out about after because production tells them to go make it up? Like, bro, if y'all are going to make them fight, then let Casey go pull Anaya and actually hash it out. And then let Casey go pull Trinity and actually hash it out. Like, let them talk about the argument.
It's so simple.
That's what they do in UK.
Because if you put Casey and Anaya together, it's gonna blow up. Anaya's gonna crash out. Like it's just gonna happen. Like you can't get away from it. It's not rocket science.
Okay. All right. I gotta address the comments. The way Casey talked about Anaya while in Casa is where the disrespect came from. What did he say?
The only one who was disrespectful was Corbin.
Driving me insane.
Corbin was the only one who was disrespectful. Corbin was the only one who was disrespectful.
It was.
But what did KC say? Please tell us. What did KC say that was disrespectful towards Anaya?
Corbin called them high school girls, but also the girl. See, this is the thing. This is the thing that is so stupid about this community. Yo, for real. I ain't gonna lie. There's a real dissonance. There's a real disconnect. Y'all. There's a real disconnect. The village girls all disrespected them too. They said the exact same shit. The villain,
Exactly.
the villa said the same stuff. They said that the Casa boys are more mature. They said the Casa boys were taller and look better. They said all the they disrespected the, but nobody talks about it. Nobody.
And this
gives
is
a
why I
fuck.
say this. That's why I said this season of Love Island is triggering because again, it
Sorry, I had
just
to crash
highlights.
out.
It's okay, crash out. It just highlights the double standards that women have. It's like the women can date all these guys, and but the guy do one thing, it's a problem, right? It's just like they can say "fuck you." They can literally went up to the computer, yelling at the new girls, "Fuck you, fuck you." Mind you, they're all playing the game, the challenge that the producers created. They're so irrational and immature, and it's just interesting how like Anaya and Melanie and all these and Trinity even talk about how Casey is so immature. They're so immature, but it's like no. What's immature is you not telling these men how you genuinely feel, but instead walking away, calling them bitches and crying, and not standing 10 toes down about how you feel. Because both Anaya and Melanie, and when they had the new guys in the villa, they were like, "Yes, we're gonna move on. Fuck those guys." You know, they were like, we don't give a damn about them. Like, we're looking like dummies. We got to pull it together. And then you go right back to it. That's why I have no sympathy for Melanie. You
also,
went right
Dylan,
back to it.
Dylan, you got to grow a backbone at a certain point. Dylan, right? Isn't that the guy with Kinsey? Dylan, you got to grow a backbone at a certain point. Because Kinsey is in your face, talking to Gal still. Like, because
why is Gal there?
Because Jen picked them. I don't know why Jen picked
Why is Jen here? Why is Jen here? Like, let's start there.
You're cooking.
What I feel like,
we need to start cutting the roster.
No, I'm about to crash out. Why do we have Jen on this show? Why the fuck do we have Gal? What do we have Trinity and Bryce? Like, it's too many. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? People on the cast.
Because yo, if you're not gonna be in a real couple, you have to explore.
And what happened to Caleb? Is Caleb still on the show? Did they fire him?
And Caleb and Jaden.
Why is Jaden on? Who? I just, you know what? Tonight I realized because I remember on the last live you mentioned Jaden's name, and I was like, who the fuck is Jaden? And then I saw it tonight. I was like, oh, that's Jaden, the white girl with the flat ass. Okay, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
we had a lot of
in the chat. They said Casey did say in Casa that him and Anaya have nothing in common. Is that really what people view as disrespectful?
Wow.
Is that really
he
it?
said they have nothing in common. Wow. She called him a bitch, but he said they have nothing in common.
She did call him a bitch tonight, and she called him a bitch without even hearing that comment. She hasn't heard the disrespect. This alleged disrespect. She hasn't heard it. She hasn't heard it. It's alleged disrespect. She hasn't heard.
Draining to me. She's draining
this
to me.
This shit is a little bit draining. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm like, and then what pisses me the fuck off. See, the problem with Anaya is like a caricature of a lot of women who are unhealed and who are just delusional. And she gives them like a battery. They give her like a battery pack, or she gives them a battery pack. Like they feel enlightened, they feel seen, they feel heard. And like they get up on social media defending her looking like clowns. But I gotta give it to a lot of the fans though. A lot of people do be like defending KC, and like I feel like, and I've been seeing more women. I feel like Anaya is so crazy that a lot of women are like, hold on now, girl, I can't defend this. And I think after
a lot of black women specifically too.
I am so proud of us as a culture. The way that she crashed out tonight, crying on the floor and all that. You can't defend that anymore.
It's in the chat. Why would black men want to go on this show? It's kind of mad true. You get a crazy edit if you're a black man on Love Island. You either that or the only way that you get a good edit is if you're Cordell. And all that happened to Cordell was he got abused for Cordell just got abused for 40 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you don't get abused by the popular, if you're a man on Love Island, you exist to to the fans, or some of the fans. There's a certain subset of the fan base, right? Obviously, like I think half of us, I think it's 50-50. I think half of us are reasonable, and the other half of us, they just want they view the men on Love Island, the male islanders. You're only a good male islander if you exist purely to make the OG girls happy. Correct.
To kiss ass. And no. And my thing is like, that's not even an attractive trait for a man. Like, hello, are we forgetting what a man is? A man is a leader. A man is a provider. And so you can't, I feel like they want to have their cake and eat it too. Which do you want? Do you want a man to provide and lead the household? Because the characteristics of a man who's going to lead and take care of you is going to be stern, dominant, assertive, and lay down the law. And you would never call a man a bitch. If they had a real man on that cast and could you imagine a real man on the cast being called a bitch? Fuck that. Now we really about to get some entertainment because I'm really about to lay down the law on your ass. Because how dare you call him? The fact that a woman could call a man a bitch is crazy to me. You can get a bitch that's a man, but don't be expecting him to pay all the bills and open the door for you. And because like the moment that man who's a bitch dressed sassy and feminine, you can be like, oh, he's sassy, he's spicy. But when you had a man, you call him a bitch, and he left your ass, and then you really gonna get a bitch.
Y'all want to call Casey the bitch, but y'all wouldn't step up to the real bitch when she was right in your face. The real bitch is TT. She said, "I'm TT. You're not gonna shut me up, though." And
little girl.
And you sat down. He said, "First of all, you a little girl."
First of all, I love that shit. Hold on,
First of all, you a little girl.
No, wait, pause.
First of all,
that low key ain't. Wait,
that shit gave me goosebumps.
First of all, before I start, you a little girl, and I'm a woman, so ain't shit you can say to me. Wait, that's kind of fire. As a teacher, I'm gonna say that shit. Let these kids get spicy to me. First of all, you a little girl. That's kind of. Wait.
Yo, that's how you started it off. That's how you started out because she was doing too much. And see, people tried to spin that argument too, but you know that argument only went that way because it started off with Trinity saying, "I'm not talking to you." First of all, you a little ass girl.
I would have been like, first of all, this is not. I would have said, first of all, Casey is not your man. Right.
But I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, they're gonna try to Taylor and Clark, TT up out of here. And then they're gonna try to Nicolandria, Carl, and Anaya. But I'm not sure if it'll happen the same way as last season, man. I'm not sure if it'll happen the same way as last season. I'm not sure.
They're working my nerves, y'all.
First of all, you a little girl.
That is give me a t-shirt like that. I will buy it.
Oh no, she need one of those. She need that and I'm TT shirt. She need both.
Right. Did you see the comments? People like she said I'm TT like she's a well-known household name, but I respect it.
No. See, no, everybody misinterpreted that. See, this is the community being stupid again. She said I'm TT because Trinity said, "Who the fuck are you? I don't know you." She said, "I'm TT. You know me now." That's what she's saying. I'm TT. Okay, you know who I am now.
Yeah.
I don't know you, bitch. I don't know you. That's what Trinity was saying.
Because I would say, I don't know you either, bitch.
Yeah, I'm TT. You know me now. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna come up here and shut me up. I understand exactly what I understand Tiara precisely. I understand Tiara exactly.
And I just thought about something to me because as I talk about and I think about understanding Tiara and even Parmita, shout out to both of them, amazing additions to this cast. You know how it was like I don't like how they just kind of got over how the girls just made up so fast. Actually, it's great strategy on their part because they know the girls are like super tight and super cliquey, and like the fans are just gonna like be loyal to the OG girls, even if they're wrong, even if they're right, they're gonna just be by their side. So I feel like them like moving on is good for them with the Villa girls, and it's also good for getting sympathy for the from the fans. So I love how they're smart.
And I guess we finished talking about the episode for the majority. The last thing that I wanted to add was that I think I'm gonna cast another prediction, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I had some, you know what I'm saying, that may or may not come to fruition. We need to see next episode. We need to see next episode. We need to see some real conversations be had between the Islanders who after they came back from Casa, because we didn't get that this episode, even though that should have been this episode. It was stupid, whatever, right? So I'm casting some new predictions, right? Casey and Tiara, a lot of the community think that, and the parasocial community, right? You know what I'm saying? Who view themselves as Anaya, they keep on saying, well, we're gonna get you out of my villa. We're gonna get you out of my villa, Casey. Y'all are only saying that because you know you lost. Okay. All right. And you think that's the only form of power that you have left is the fan vote, right? But the fans don't have no power. Not really, right? So this is what's gonna happen, right?
What's gonna happen?
They're gonna act like they give the fans the power. Okay?
Exactly.
They're gonna say vote for your favorite couple, right? You know, or vote for the least compatible couple. You know what I'm saying? However they
I'm trying to.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter at all how they phrase it. Because however they phrase it, y'all are not gonna win. Watch. This is what happens, right? So they're gonna do that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna try to form it to where Casey and whoever, you know what I'm saying, don't get into the top, you know what I'm saying, 5 or whatever. Y'all are gonna try to make it so that Corbin and Casey, their couples, are vulnerable, right? That's probably not going to happen, though, because Casey got some fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all see the chat. I don't know if y'all see the chat, man.
Casey got some fans.
They come in hot and heavy. Also, on After Sun, Sierra and Teffy, they both took up for Casey as well,
Come on
the
now.
host. So I don't think that Casey actually is going to be in the bottom 5. But even if he is, you got to think what they're going to do after that. Then they're going to have the Islanders vote on who to save.
And
So if the
listen,
Islanders can vote who to save, they like Casey. Caleb's not going to vote Casey out. Zach's not going to vote Casey out. Bryce isn't going to vote Casey out. Maybe they will. Because maybe they see him as a threat. At this point, probably not actually.
and
He's no
TT and
longer with
Amora's
Ohio.
not. Yeah.
Amora's probably going to vote to save Casey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all, Kata, Melanie, and Trinity and Anaya. That's only 4 people. There's
And
like
I think
17
people
in the villa.
And I don't know about you, but what I'm seeing online is a lot of people are waking up and critiquing that little core 4. They're like calling,
That
they're
bullshit.
seeing the holes because it's like they're
They're trying to do that every season.
because they're looking so deranged. Like it's hard to defend it. So I'm just liking how they're seemingly falling apart. I love it.
I feel like we should, instead of the core 4, can we call them the loose screws?
I was about to say the horror 4, but that would be nice.
That would be crazy. I'm not saying that.
I'm not gonna say it either. I can't say it either. That's very disrespectful. It was just had a ring to it. That's all.
I mean, it really only applies. I mean, only Kenzie's moving that crazy.
You know what?
For real.
She's just playing the game.
Kenzie's playing the game.
You know what I'll say?
She's pissing me off at this point. You want to go between Gal and Dylan now and be for real?
Yeah, like she's always going in between. She's like the in between lady. I would say at this point the show is basically because it's about. I know you were talking about like who's gonna get voted off. The producers, even if they let the fans vote, they're not gonna get rid of Casey. Let's be clear. This is the Casey and Anaya show. This is the Melanie and Sincere show. This is
because there has to be a villain.
Yeah, and it has to be real emotions to some capacity. You know, it has to be something entertaining. There's a lot of duds on the cast, so they're not gonna get rid of them. You know what I mean?
That's way too many duds. Yeah, it's way too many duds to keep to get rid of Casey or Corbin over fucking Gal and Jen.
Gal and Jen and Caleb. If Caleb is still on the cast, well, I got to ask you a question because I know you are very anti Zach and Kata, but I feel like they were kind of cute tonight. What are your thoughts about Kata and Zach? Are you buying them? Are they wooing you over yet?
Nah,
Bran.
Nah, I hate that shit. It's disgusting. It's so nasty to watch, man. It's just nasty. It's just nasty. Like even today with the whole, yeah, Che would have carried me the whole way. Like I don't like listening to Kata's voice. I don't like listening to Zach's voice. They're both just like nails on chalkboard. The chemistry, it just. I don't even like looking at them together, man. Like just.
She's pretty though.
Skip. I'm not. She's not my cup of tea.
Okay, I respect.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's your opinion. I respect.
I mean, not compared to the other girls in the show.
Yeah, like she's gorgeous.
No, I mean, every girl in the show is pretty, but I mean, compared to the right. Okay, I'm not gonna get into all that.
We're not gonna get into it.
Who gives a fuck?
They're all beautiful women, though. Yeah, I'm not gonna disrespect.
It doesn't matter at all, right? Like. I fuck with Kata, but not the couple. I don't fuck with listening to Kata talk like this for the whole show because she screams constantly, man, and she has lost.
But even when she screams, I feel like her voice. I feel she's low key monotone. It's like even when she screams, it's not even like a real scream.
No, because she can't scream anymore, man. She wore her voice out 2 days in. I'm telling you. 2 days in, the first day she didn't sound like this.
Maybe Zach put that tag on her. No, that's because she was screaming at. No, that's because she was screaming at Corbin and KC when they came back from Casa Amor. That's why she was screaming. That's the only reason. Oh
yeah, the main reason why I couldn't stand Kata is because just like Trinity. Oh yeah. I really can't stand either one of them because they both let these two. What do we want to call Zach and Bryce? Whatever their relationship is. Okay. They let these two boys play in their face. And they have let them do it the entire show. And
but she played in his face tonight.
They're holding KC accountable way more than they're holding their own fake
high five.
Gay dudes.
You just fucking ate that shit. Say it again.
Is that not true? They are holding KC accountable far more than they're holding accountable their own couples who are actually not heterosexual and are using them for clout
Trinity.
because Black
Trinity.
women are popular on Love Island.
Trinity.
Would anybody like to come to the front and debate that topic with me? I mean, you won't win. You won't win. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Do you see any disagreements? I know you don't disagree.
I feel like you're about to be between Carl and Anaya getting together, if that happens, and this Bryce and Trinity situation. This whole interracial shit is about to have you
Oh, I don't care
spiraling.
about the interracial
It's the fact. No,
I'm
it's the
not
fact that
doing
it's
that shit.
fake. It's the fact that it's fake, right?
Well, with the Bryce and Trinity, it's just the fact that it's the whole Zach and Bryce thing. That's my issue. I don't give a like that. Like that's the issue, the Zach and Bryce thing, and the fact that Bryce clearly doesn't like her because he's went and explored Kada, and then like 2 or 3 times apparently, according to Soul on After Sun, and you know what I'm saying. Like that's like it obviously both are fake interracial couples, right? You know what I'm saying, and that just happens to be a funny coincidence, right? But I don't think Carl and Anaya will stay together. I mean, if they do, then maybe the producers will just be like, "Oh, we can't do movie night. We can't do movie night because it would blow up their whole spot." So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe production would do it that
Maybe
way.
they should crank it up. Shout out to Ken. I
Mhm.
put King, but I meant Ken. Ken Takis 278. That's a good perspective too. Like, yeah, Casey has been cool the whole season. I'm like, I
The
mean,
Boar 4. There we go. The Boar 4.
the Boar 4.
There we go. They're boring.
Boar 4. But
Boar 4.
but
That's good.
yeah, Casey has gotten some heat that he doesn't deserve. I think that people are not putting in perspective that this is a show, and putting in, and it also is a show where you have to explore, you have to do it. And he was dating someone, Anaya, who was not allowing him to explore, and she was not respecting him as a man. And so when you're being disrespected, when you feel like you're on a chain, when everything little thing you do is heightened, and then you got the Boar 4 also ganging up on you, it's a lot to take. So I'm just really proud of KC. You know, KC is
I
standing
don't
his
co-sign
ground.
those words.
KC is standing his ground, and he's not. I don't see him going back on it. What did you say, Brandon?
I said I do not co-sign those words. I ain't putting that shit behind. I ain't put myself behind that. They're the Boar 4 to me because they are boring as fuck.
That's what I said. The Boar 4.
Yeah, the Boar 4. The Boar 4. But yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. I think that's all I got, man. I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, for the whole episode.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know,
Okay.
man. It's just getting boring at this point, man. What else? I mean,
Okay. Here's a question. Maybe you can answer it, and maybe the people in the chat. Out of all these couples that we have, and I say couples with like quotation marks, because are any of them really real? Are any of them like actually secure and not toxic? But
no.
who do you think, based upon who we have now, or who we could potentially have with Carl coming in, if that's going to change anything? Who do you think is set to win, or who has a chance so far?
I don't know. Like, see, like that's another thing about a lot of this community. I feel like a lot of the community watches it to see who's winning. I don't really give a fuck who wins the $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, I usually don't even watch the last couple episodes. I'll skip through it because I mean it's boring. Nothing happens, right? Like they meet the families, they bring the babies in. I don't want to watch them take care of no fucking babies. I don't want to meet Anaya's family. I don't want to meet her NBA player dad. I don't want to meet Casey's mom. I don't want to meet Corbin's mom. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to sound just pessimistic about the show. I don't hate the show, right? I like the drama, man. I like the drama. I like the good couples, right? And if we get down to the end of it and we have 7 couples left, and it's Kenzie and Caleb and Jaden are in there, and Jen and Gall are in, I don't want to meet their families, and I don't want to watch them take care of babies, and I don't want to watch their final dates either. You know what I'm saying? So I'll skip through. You know what I'm saying? I'll see who wins. I'll be like, okay, cool.
Well, luckily for you viewers, luckily for you viewers, I will be watching it. I actually find it to be entertaining because
you like those last episodes, really?
Let me tell you why though. That's when I feel like they've been working and we've been for all the season to get to that moment. And this really gets to show who's real and who's fake. And you know how I am. It's juicy real talk. I'm all about authenticity. So it's like, okay, Bryce and Trinity, for example, this little fake little hoorah that you guys have been pretending to be in this relationship that y'all really care about. Now you can't get away from like these surface level conversations. Now this is your opportunity to have the real talk and dig deep, and everything will be revealed. And also, this is the chance when it gets more competitive. Like the couples who we think are, especially the girls who think they're so friendly, and buddy. Now it's a bit more competitive. Like, oh shit, it's crunch time now, and they change up a little bit. I want to get this date. I want to go to this hotel. And, there's exclusive things that certain people win. There's more competitions related to it, and people do change. And then also you get to see who's really thirsty. Like who now it's crunch time. Who really trying to get to that bag? Who's really about to be fake? Who's about to be real? Whose relationships is going to get tested? So for me, like I watch it from that lens, even if like some of the shit may be fake, who knows? But it's just interesting to see how they're going to show up.
But Bryce and Trinity have been faking it for 3 weeks now, and
that shit is boring. I get them off my show.
Zach and Kata have been faking it for. I mean, or maybe if it's real. I mean, but you know, what I'm saying Zach clearly doesn't like her as much as she likes him, right? So like, let's just say that, right?
I think
Zach has been faking it. No, he doesn't. Okay. Whatever. I ain't gonna argue about it, but you know what I'm saying, regardless of the fact, you know what I'm saying, let's say there's one more couple that makes it, that actually looks decent, right?
Okay.
At the end of the day, when they get to that last week and they're like, all right, you know, it's week 5, y'all go home on week 6, or the finale's at the end of week 6 or whatever, they're not gonna, no little conversation about babies is gonna make them break up. They're faking it. They've been faking it already for 3 weeks. They're right at the finish line now. They're not gonna stop. So, and like the meeting the families ain't gonna do that. Like the meeting the families is sometimes a little bit interesting because sometimes like one family member will be like, I don't like you, and that's like, oh, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, when it's Gall and Jen, I'm fast forwarding. I'm not gonna lie. And when it's Caleb,
please don't even manifest that Gal and Jen is not going to make it to the Final Four, so you ain't got to think about that.
At least one of the. I mean, how many bombshells are coming in after this?
God, it's so boring. Like, how
many bombshells are coming?
I really don't know. You've been watching Love Island more than me. This is my second season watching. I don't know.
This season has had the least bombshells I've ever seen in Love Island. So I'm not sure who else, aside from, if you don't count the 12 guys in Casa that were there for 30 minutes, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how many more bombshells come in. Maybe because they just brought back Carl and Amora, so it feels like those are the bombshells.
How many more people? How many more weeks do we have of like, we got, you said 5 weeks total.
Week 4 is started. Week 4 is starting.
Starting like as Monday. Of tomorrow? Oh, Monday.
Okay. Yeah, as of tomorrow. So tomorrow's week 4 because Casa was week 3. So that means we have week 4, week 5, and then week 6. And so we got half of the show left. So they should bring in, you know what I'm saying, bombshells, or is it half or is it 2 more weeks?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Regardless, I mean, there should be more bombshells, but it can't be soon. You know what I'm saying? And then at this point, Trinity and Bryce saying they closed off. So,
I'm like,
you think you're gonna stop faking it at this point? You think Zach and Kata are gonna explore a bombshell if they come in?
They're not.
Right. So I mean, if someone doesn't,
a lot of them are so content. They're like, we made it past Casa Amor. We are definitely married now. Man. The only person who's waking up, and I gotta say I'm proud of her, is Melanie. She's realizing this dude is really a liar. And TT and Amora is about to confirm what she's starting to wake up and realize. And so shout out to that. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people are just too comfortable. They're not questioning things. I think this is the time to dig deep. Like, dig deeper. Maybe you haven't found your love, you know? Mm-hmm. But hey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. Dark clouds on Love Island right now.
Dark clouds. Maybe tomorrow's episode, the sun will shine again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Better days will come.
Better days.
All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to like add, Brandon?
No, that's my prediction. That was my
Okay.
prediction, of course. Oh, we got some comments to get through. Yeah,
We
that's
do
for
got some
sure.
comments. Let's see. And shout out to like Brian Pumper.
Bryce is the same as
Shout
TJ last season.
Brian Pumper's in the house. Princess. We should. Oh, someone said Bryce is the same as TJ last season. TJ was kind of boring, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was user
Casey and
1962T.
TT. Yeah. I like them as a couple. I think they're the best couple, but I'm not sure how far they'll make it.
Wait, you think who's the best? You think who's the best couple?
Casey and TT, or actually, it might be Corbin and Parmita.
Yeah, I
I
like.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I like.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
both of
either one
them.
of them.
I
They're
like
about
both
the
of
same.
them.
They're
Yeah, I
about the
like
same.
both of them. I like both of them. They have potential. But Princess just said something.
And
I
it's true.
agree
It's
with.
not just because they're so new, right? They haven't given us time to critique them, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, we can feel the same way about them as we feel about Zach and Kata, or as I feel about Zach and Kata, or Trinity and Bryce. Just give it some time. We'll see.
We'll see.
But so far they're clearing the they're passing the check.
Yeah, I like it. They're passing the vibe check. Princess said bringing in new bombshells is a waste of time, and
At this point, it is.
I totally agree. They're gonna come here. It's gonna be like Soul 2.0. It's gonna be like Soul 2.0 for the girls and Soul 2.0 for the guys. We'll have a Miss Soul and a Mr. Soul because they're gonna go back home soulless, and it's just really sad that they can't. Everyone's like, I'm married. I don't even know this person's favorite color, but I'm committed. This is my man. Probably don't even know his favorite color. Don't know nothing really much about him, and it's disgusting. It's really disgusting.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot with these new little girls.
Parmita is a vibe.
Oh my god, yeah. This in the chat they said this group of women. I'm assuming referencing the Bore Forward. They're hella boring. They brought back 12 dudes, and this is who they pick. Of course, that's exactly the point, man.
That's another reason why I'm mad at them. This is another reason why I'm mad at them. This is why we are where we are with this season, because they chose those boring ass men. If they actually was trying to find love, they would have chosen.
We got Gal and Dylan because of y'all, bro.
Think about it. We could have had some more drama. Like, we could have had a man who's gonna stand on business. We could have had something like chaos, something like we could have had more entertainment. I feel robbed. And again, where is Caleb? Is Caleb on the island?
Gal and Dylan are just happy to be there, bro. They're just coasting.
Bryce is just happy.
They don't even exist. Bryce is happy to be there too. Bro.
At least Bryce is exploring with Zach. At least he's exploring with Zach.
They put like lampshades, like a little like a lampshade on a lamp. It's just there. You don't really have thoughts or opinions on a lampshade. It just exists. It just exists in the room, right? And I don't want that fucker in my villa. Is my point. I don't want no lampshades in my villa. Get them out.
Get them out. And justice for Anaya and justice for Melanie, because at least they're trying. Like, they're going through it. Like, whatever fame and this follower counts and deals they get after this, they earned it. Blood, sweat, and tears. But you got people like Caleb and Jen and Bryce, and gonna benefit off this show for sitting there doing nothing. Wake it up. Go to work.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's all I got. Juicy, you can keep doing the live if you would like to, but I have work in the morning, so I'm gonna have to drop off. It's been real.
You do have work in the morning, man. Have a good one. I'm gonna get out of here too. Actually, I may stay for a little bit longer, then I'm gonna head out too. Have a good night, though. Appreciate you.
Bye, chat. Thank you for having me, Juicy.
Of course, anytime. All right, y'all. Anything else y'all want to talk about before I get up out of here? Anything else? My boy Sincere on another level. Gotta respect the hustle. Hustle. That's exactly what Sincere is doing. I feel like Sincere, he has been, the way that he just like stares at any woman and just can like say poetic things or just make them think that what he's saying is real. It comes off so effortlessly. It feels like he's probably been a player like all his life. Like, it just comes off too easy. So he's probably like, damn, like, I'm attractive. I got game. I make girls crash out, which he actually does. He has an ex-girlfriend. I'm not sure if you guys saw one of his exes trying to get clout, talking about his character. But he's like, yo, this is going to be easy for money for me. So I guess Brian. Anything else? Make sure you guys like the video, though. I appreciate you guys so much for just joining in. He said the crazy thing is Sincere believes his own BS. Yes, Sincere is a psychopath. I feel like maybe that's a strong word, but I don't know. Something about Sincere is kind of off. I think it's scary when someone can like look at you and just say, like, I genuinely feel like he has no real feelings about Amora, like not at all. But he kind of sat there and just said whatever sounded good to her. I think if you can just do that, you should probably just be in sales. Like, he'll be a great salesman, but it is kind of weird. Yeah, sociopath. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Zach and Bryce bromance. Shot. What's up, user 19622? Me and Brandon, we've talked about that bromance a lot. Definitely. Once this live is over, check out our previous lives. We definitely have dig deep into Zach and Bryce. What I will say, we talked a little bit about Zach and Bryce today. I just think at this point it's clickbait. I just feel like they know that it's probably getting viral moments on social media. I don't know. I just feel like they're just doing a lot. And at first it was like funny, it was something to talk about, but I just think at this point it's like either kiss or just stop. I really want to see Bryce go hard with Trinity. That's what I'm rooting for. Um, well, I'm not rooting for it because it feels fake, but my thing is, I don't know, Bryce is kind of annoying. But what I will say, like, I know I'm kind of being a little bit mean here, but I think Zach and Bryce, it's kind of it does feel like an authentic friendship. I think that Bryce and Zach's friendship or bromance or whatever y'all want to call it, they gay, the DL, whatever, that's probably one of the more authentic things in the villa. I think that definitely he has more feelings for Zach than he does Trinity, for sure, hands down. Um, it says Anaya don't deserve to be recalled because she's been acting childish throughout this episode and is being babied when she is a grown ass woman and should make proper decisions. I love the fact. Shout out that you said Anaya is a grown ass woman and can make proper decisions, because I think it's so the irony, right? When KC was trying to talk and he was being disrespected and talked over by all the OG Villa girls, right? He was trying to state his piece finally after they lit him up. And then when TT tried to defend him, only because it was a gang up, they said, Anaya, of course, he's a grown man. He's a grown man, right? Yet you need to be babied. Yet you are always on this show talking about how you are looking for your soup, like some guy to come in like your Disney princess and be your savior, your love savior. But yet you're calling KC a little kid. Yes, he is that she's very childish, and I think it's crazy that she tries to call KC childish and all that when she's like the epitome of childish. That's just crazy to me. Um, Carl is coming back, expecting to be the rebound. I have a feeling Anaya will end up fumbling again or getting voted off. Both of those things could definitely happen. And they could probably go together. Carl is gonna come back, and then two things are gonna happen. Anaya is not going to allow Carl the opportunity to date other women in the villa the same way she did with KC. She's not going to allow him to explore. And even if she did allow him the opportunity to explore, there's like this weird friendship like bond that the girls have where they just are so tight and clicky. So I feel like they wouldn't even want to explore Carl just to be mindful of Anaya's emotions, you know? So I just feel like it's unfortunate, but that's how much power Anaya has in that villa and how much they're like codependent. So I just feel like Carl is going to come back to this cast and he's only going to have the ability to explore Anaya. On the flip side of it, maybe he'll stand his ground. Maybe he won't be like KC. Maybe he'll let her know straight up, like, listen, I want to explore the villa. Like, you're cool and all, but I do want to explore. And it's only right. Like, he's coming in a game late. Everybody else, except for Bryce, of course, and Trinity, have actually explored the villa. So he should get that opportunity. But what's going to happen is Anaya's going to crash out. She's going to feel like, yeah, she's going to have a tantrum. She's going to say, I don't feel chosen. I don't feel like I'm first choice. I feel like the second choice. I need reassurance. She's going to get mad and guilt trip him. And he's either going to be a man and call her out on her BS and move on, or he can be another KC where he just kind of take the heat for a minute and then it just doesn't work out. Yeah, Anaya doesn't like him. Like, she does not like Carl. That's not her type. She just had no other choice. I think it was more so when she was even dating him, like in the villa, when while the guys were away in Casa Amor, she only gave him a chance when she found out, right? Oh, Casey's having fun over there. He's having too much fun. You guys remember when they saw the video of the guys having fun when the Casa Amor first started. So she really started to explore. She was really open to exploring Carl only because of retaliation. She wanted to get her lick back. And I think a lot of women do that where they'll just like try to get their lick back. They want to cheat back. They want to do all these things, not because they genuinely feel connected to it, but because they're trying to get their lick back. But in the end, you're still butt hurt. So it's like not gonna work. So I think that's just kind of the situation that Anaya has put herself in. But someone said, Princess said it. Hopefully, she learns from her mistakes. I hope she does. I hope that she can learn from it. And I think it'll be refreshing to see her learn from her mistake in real time because, she's not perfect by any means. And we have all seen it on camera. But it would be nice to see her turn it around. Is she going to turn it around? I don't know. Like after tonight's episode, I've always felt that Anaya was crazy when she had her first crash out. But when I saw her crying tonight, like on the floor, boo-hooing, cursing, running around the villa, going to bed early and still crying and replaying the moments in her mind, she kept talking about, she literally said, he was so disrespectful to me. Casey was so disrespectful to me. Those are her words. She was crying in the bed saying how he was so disrespectful to her, right? But yet she called him a bitch. She called him a coward. She called him all these names. So that's why my confidence in her learning from her mistakes is slim because she's just giving unhinged. Like she's giving unhinged. I see no chemistry for them. They look like friends together. I agree. I think it'll be like another Bryce and Trinity situation where they're kind of just like coasting, is very like surface level, very like just comfortable. I don't know, y'all. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll be wrong, but I don't really see it going like too far. I respect the black men in the villa. Ain't no way we finna have another Cordell. Bro got dragged for a whole season. I don't even. People keep talking about Cordell. Was Cordell like? Because I started watching Love Island last season. Like, is Cordell someone from like further back seasons? Is Cordell on like the UK? Like, where's Cordell from? Because that's like my third time hearing his name. Someone tell me in the chat. Yeah, she did shoot herself in the foot with that. That's really sad. Yeah, hopefully she'll learn. I love loving the positivity from Princess. Exactly. KC's playing the game. I think that's my biggest. That was like the first thing that bothered me about Anaya, even before her like manipulation and the tears and the cursing at him and all of her crash outs. My first issue with Anaya was she was making this man feel like a villain, like an abuser for simply thinking about exploring. Um, that was the first red flag for me when it came to Anaya, was she didn't want him to explore. And I was like, ooh, this is not gonna end well. And especially when you got a guy who looks like KC, right? Handsome dude, nice body. I'm pretty sure the girls will want to explore him. He want to explore the girls. He didn't. It's called Love Island. Like as a man, you want to get the Love Island experience. Like you're there to like if I were to get on the cast of Love Island, like my mindset is, damn, I'm about to meet different girls. I'm gonna explore different people. I get to kiss different girls. I get to play fun challenges. Like in your mind, it's I'm exploring, and that's how I find love. If love was so simple to the point where you can just meet one person and find love that easy, I mean, it does happen to people. I'm not saying it's impossible, but if it was that easy to just meet one person and fall in love, the show Love Island wouldn't even need to exist because we will all be in love because it'll be that easy, right? And that's the problem with Anaya and her when she tried to chain down KC. She felt like, okay, this is it. We found love. No, you got to let that man explore. And the cool thing about allowing him the freedom to explore is you get the situation that helped bond and bring Kata and Zach closer together. They both had the opportunity during Casa Amor. Zach laid up with a new girl. He kissed a new girl. He wasn't feeling it. He missed that old thing. He missed Kata. And even Kata explored. She tried. She didn't like the new guys. They came back. They missed each other. They're good to go. If Anaya would have allowed KC to explore, and if they had a real connection, he would have came back. And so, but she was just too insecure, too unstable, to just the thought of losing him, the thought of not being chosen was too much for her to bear. And so that's pretty much what it is. Yes, Marcia Rogers. She said, "I'm so glad Casey dropped her. I am too. It was like I think we were all rooting for Casey. We was like, because it was several episodes where I'm yelling at the screen like, KC, bro, like, man up, get it together, like, tell her, like, stop falling for her manipulation, stop falling for her crying. All like her past trauma has nothing to do with KC. Her insecurities had nothing to do with KC, you know? And so she would do this little guilt trip and he'll just smile and look down and just fall for it and like try to explain himself. I'm like, bro, like, man up, bro. Like, this is not your girlfriend, it's not your wife. You don't owe her nothing. Y'all not closed off. Like, so it was really cool to see him like really just like stand up for himself. And the cool thing about the way that he stood up for himself is he did it on a major scale. Because we was just rooting for him to stand up to Anaya like one-on-one, like have a one-on-one conversation, stand up for yourself. But he had to stand up in front of her like this was like doing a challenge, you know. This is when they were like everybody was sitting down. There was like a big circle, you know, and he really just had to like he had the four OG girls, Trinity coming at him, Kata was coming at him, Melanie was coming at him, Kenzie, they all was coming at him. And so I think it just magnified what we were looking for. It's like, okay, he stood up for himself in front of everybody. So it was pretty cool. Anaya should not be on this show and get and no facts. I'm laughing, but for real, the last part was and she should get help after this. You know what's crazy? Wow, damn, I just thought about it. I just thought about how Anaya is going to feel when this whole experience is over. Like when she gets home, because you guys have to understand when they're in the villa, like they're away from technology. They have like the little phones that they give them for the show, but they don't have access to their personal phones and like social media. So oh god damn, I'm gonna feel I low key gonna kind of I'm gonna kind of feel bad for her a little bit, but it's also gonna be a good moment because she's gonna see the discourse, she's gonna see how crazy she looks, she's gonna see the embarrassment. So I really hope like once it's all said and done and she reflects on her behavior, hears all the objective opinions that people have to say, I really hope that she gets help because she is the epitome of what women go through with relationships, her and Melanie. This is what it looks like when you enter a relationship and you're not healed. Okay. There's a lot of people who are trying to date when they need to date themselves first. Anaya needs to love herself first. She needs to feel beautiful by herself first so that if anyone chooses her or doesn't choose her, she'll be good anyway, either way, you know? So she's definitely gonna feel stupid, but again, she's young. Hopefully she'll grow from it. I hope that Casey and TT wins. You know, Casey and TT, I will say, and couples that I'm rooting for so far, you know, and this can change as time goes on. Definitely Casey and TC is on my list. I like that. I also like Corbin and Parmita. I don't think we talked about like Corbin and Parmita a lot tonight, but let's be real. I'm gonna be honest. Corbin's a fuck boy. Okay, we know Corbin's a fuck boy. And he's probably not even on this cast for the right reasons. But I like him and Parmita together because I feel like if anyone's gonna change Corbin, it'll be someone like Parmita because she's like they talk about how like they're the male and female version of each other. And I feel like she understands. She made a comment when she was defending him actually when the girls were talking about the disrespectful things that he was saying. And she made a comment saying, oh, boys will be boys. You know, they were just having a good time. Sometimes boys say stuff like that in the heat of the moment. And I think in that moment, if I was Corbin, I'm like, damn, like, wow, this is refreshing. In a cat in a home in a villa where all the women only think about their perspective, they're not putting themselves in the perspectives of us men and how we may think. Parmita proved that she could do that, that she can be objective, that she can like think beyond herself. And even for a fuck boy, okay, because he's still a human being, even for a fuck boy, it's certain things like that that can make you say, maybe I can give this love thing a shot. Maybe there's something here. I think that both Parmita and TT, okay, they did something powerful that no other girl in this villa has done to this day, which is they have supported these men in opposition. Okay, they stood up there and had arguments with the girls, defending them. You know, they had their back, and I don't think either one of them are going to forget about that. I think that's something that could bring them together. So, like, I think when Corbin and Permita, because they may have conflict, right? We're still in the middle of the season. They're going to have issues that come up, and the same with TT and the same with TT and KC. They may have issues that come up, but I think those women defending them is gonna come up again. Like they could use that to their advantage. Like, I think it's gonna bring them closer. Corbin is young and hot right now. Your 20s are for fucking. But no, that's real. Like, let's be real, bro. Like, and like he said, Corbin is young and hot. Your 20s are young for fucking. Um, he is young and hot. He's probably trying to play around. But so I think what you're saying is true, and he's probably not looking for love. And to that point, that's why I feel like when it comes to casting, I would like for them to like also cast people who are a bit older. Don't have everybody who's just young as hell. Like give us some variety. Give some people in the upper 20s. Give some people in the 30s. Give some people in the 40s. Some women like older men, right? But when you have people who are a little bit more mature, they're definitely more serious about love. And also, the cool thing about people when they're mature is they're more opinionated. They know exactly who they are and what they're looking for. They're not going to be insecure like Anaya, right? They're going to know exactly what they want in life. And that's actually great television because they're going to be a little bit more assertive and sure of themselves, maybe even a little bit more confrontational. I think it makes for good TV and more believable TV for like a dating show. Kenzie is just like Corbin. That's why she can move on so quickly. I 100% agree with that. They are like both of them. I think that's the thing with Kenzie and Corbin. It was very physical, very sexual. They have that in common, 1,000%. I can understand Anaya being upset after the coupling, but why Kenzie is still upset confuses me. Okay, Princess, I like that you commented that. I would like to talk about that actually. Um, Kenzie, I'll tell you why Kenzie is still upset. I have to say, I can see why she's upset because you guys got to understand. Corbin did say he pretty much was like fuck her. He was like he said something along the lines of like Kenzie is trash or I'm over Kenzie. Like he actually said her name. I think it was more than once too. Like he was like saying like I'm already forgot about Kenzie. He was being disrespectful. So I can see why she has so much heat for him. But my thing with her though is like she's holding on to it too long. Like she keeps bringing it up. So I hope like after tonight she doesn't bring it up again. Corbin is funny as fuck. Like he's funny, right? Corbin is cool, but him and Pramita is kind of not the strongest couple right now. They have potential. You're right. Corbin and Pramita may not be the strongest, but they have potential. But I think the fact that they're on my top list just goes to show how bad the villa is right now with couples. Like I think there's so many bad couples that are together that I'm just rooting I'm rooting for Corbin and Pramita based upon the potential. I'm rooting for them and Casey and TT. And that's based upon potential, right? Because when we think about it, they haven't been together that long. Like those two couples are new couples, but already I'm rooting for them more than some of the older couples because when you think about some of the older couples, again, I know you're probably tired of me shading Bryce and Trinity, but it's like when you have boring, stale couples who are not having any problems, they're not going through anything, they're not really having deep conversations, when it's not believable, when it's boring, yeah, now we're rooting for new couples based upon potential. That's where we are right now with Love Island. We're rooting for potential. I wish we had more solid connections that we could like root for, believe in, but this is just where we are. Corbin is a real soldier. He riding for KC. Facts. He's riding for him. I appreciate that. I'm enjoying Corbin and Casey growing friendship. It's been more prominent since Casa started. You know what I'll say? Speaking of friendships, I think like they should just rename this show to Friendship Island. I think this season we got some really strong. We may not have strong love situations, but we definitely have some strong relationships. We got Casey and Corbin. That's strong. Of course, how could I forget? We got Zach and Bryce. Strong relationship, strong friendship. We have Melanie and Anaya, right? Trauma bonding, toxic sisters, crazy sisters. They got each other's back. Solid friendship. The OG Villa Girls core four, even as delusional and annoying as they are and insufferable as they are, there seems to be a bond there. So I think that at this point, the show is Friendship Island. We definitely have some strong friendships. So I'll give them that. I like when Corbin got the scoop on Carl and then exactly. I did like when Corbin got the scoop on. I was like, and I put that in my notes. I'm glad you brought that up because I put that in my notes. I didn't talk about it tonight, but Corbin was kind of the bone collector for the guys, and we need that, right? Because for the girls, they're all gossiping and talking about what people are doing, and trying to like just say all these things about what the guys are doing. And these women are not completely innocent either. So shout out to Corbin for like, you know, spreading the word about what the girls are doing. Hell yeah. Because Anaya is doing all that as if she didn't as if she didn't date Carl, right? You were having something with Carl, whether you were into it or not. You were intimate with him. So, and if anything, if we get to voting, I'm gonna get Bryce and Trinity, and that's true with the new couples. Okay, Ken. So I have a question for you. Are you saying you're gonna vote to keep Bryce and Trinity, or are you saying you're gonna vote to get Bryce and Trinity off out of the villa? Exactly. Okay, I just had to make sure. I'm like, let me get some clarity because yeah, get them motherfuckers out the villa, bro. Like they are so lazy. I mean, if I was a producer, I would have a conversation with them tonight. Did y'all hear what they said tonight? They said, "I'm good. This is who I've chosen. I'm not dating nobody else." Oh my god! For the love of God, on a show called Love Villa, I'm sorry, Love Island. Look at me saying Love Villa. Love Island, like I need y'all to be open-minded, especially when your relationship is not even that relationship doesn't can't even hold water. It's no anyway, y'all know how I feel about that. Bryce and Zach was gay as fuck this episode, not gonna lie. Bryce and Zach are gay every episode, okay? Every episode they're gay, but I agree with you. It was on another level, y'all. Like I was kind of annoyed because normally I laugh about it. When I talk about it every live, I talk about it every live because it's always every episode we get a gay moment with Bryce and Zach, and I usually talk about it. But at this point, I'm like, yo, okay, y'all dragging it, bro. Like, this is getting weird. Kiss and get it over with. Have an official date and get it over with. Go to sit down in soul ties and cuddle up and get it over with. Um, go to whatever the place is called when they have like a separate alone time in a different room and they get to spend the night. Like they need to just get whatever out of their system and get it over with, please. I'm tired of seeing that. The humping shit's too much. I liked it, not gonna lie. But yeah, exactly. This is definitely a production thing. They know exactly what they're doing. I'm talking about it now. People talk about it on social media. So it's entertainment at this point. But I think they're going so OD with it that it's just I think it's blatantly obvious that they're just looking for viral moments at this point. Like it's kind of getting old. Trinity needs to open her own eyes and get out of other people's couple. Bryce that stays with her for a safety net. He doesn't even tongue kiss her like he really likes her. Exactly. Let's be real. Let's just call a spade a spade. Bryce is gay. Like, no, seriously. I just think that Bryce is gay. Because again, you're on a show called Love Island. He has not explored anything with any girl outside of Trinity, and he settling with Trinity because that's an easy thing to keep him in the villa. He's like, well, damn, I don't know how to really. I don't have chemistry with women, so let me just stick with what's easy. Think about it. He went to Casa Amor. Every man's dream is to go to Casa Amor because you get to kiss and be physical and talk to different women. Like that is your shot. Even if you like feel coupled up with one of the girls and you want to be loyal for just whatever for whatever reason, you go to Casa Amor and you explore connection. Bryce was like, I don't want to explore anything. I just feel like that was a cop out. He was like, oh, I just can't, I can't build a connection here. And I just keep thinking about Trinity. I think it was just a cop out. So I just don't know. And I could be wrong. Maybe he's socially awkward. But to me, it just feels like, bro, there's just no way. He may be the first man in the history of Love Island to have access to all these women and you only build one connection in one moment and like kiss one. I don't know. It's just getting weird. I just don't see a straight man acting like that. And you can't tell me that he says that he's shy and all these things, but it's like, bro, you're clearly not shy. Because when it comes to Zach, you got all this energy. When it comes to Zach, you have all this personality. We see how he lights up when he's around Zach. We see how sexual. I mean, he's showing him his penis. He's cuddling with him. I mean, when I tell you, Bryce lights up when it comes to Zach. So I just never seen him do that with a woman. He doesn't even do that with Bryce doesn't even have that much energy when it comes to Trinity. Let me tell you how the conversations go with Bryce and Trinity. Oh, I'm so glad you chose me. Oh, I'm just so happy being here with you. Yeah, you just make me feel so good. Yeah, I'm just happy we're here together. Oh, like that's it. That's it. Like it doesn't go beyond that. That's just it. They're just happy that they chose each other, and that's that. I'm happy you laugh at my jokes. If that's love, then God damn it, I must be in love with a lot of people. Someone said I think Zach is the gay one, but the thing is, like Zach, I don't think Zach is gay. If he is into men, okay, I think Zach. Okay, you got some guys who just like to play like they're gay, like so he could be either bisexual, right? Like maybe he is into the bright stuff. Who knows? Or he could just be. There are some straight men who play around like that. Like I think in the black community, like everything that we do is called gays. Like no homo, pause, no diddy. So everything is gay. I'm talking about Love Island, so people probably think I'm gay. I watch Housewives of Atlanta, so people probably think I'm gay, right? So like in the black community, you can't do anything without being called gay. But in other cultures, like they play around like that. So with Zach, I'm just like, okay, maybe he's just playing around, or maybe he's bi. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just watching, y'all. I don't know nothing. I'm just watching the show, giving my opinion. He could be Bryce could be great. Bryce could be straight as hell. Like we know that Trinity and Bryce both are actors. They have been in Tubi movies. So for all I know, Bryce could be an actor acting like he's gay. I don't know, but he definitely not into Trinity and doesn't like he's into any women. From what I see. Ain't no way you coming back from third wheeling in the hideaway. Right. I definitely feel like if Bryce could, he would definitely be Zach and Kata's what do you call that term? It's a sexual term in the bedroom. He would be their cuck. Yeah. I think that Bryce would be their cuck. He would watch them have sex and he would just be there and doing whatever, just watching and yeah, and I think that Kata would be cool with it. I know Trinity wouldn't mind watching them or letting them do the thing, but anyway, men light up around men, joke around more. Men light up around men, joke around more. Oh, exactly. They do, right? Okay, let's talk about this comment. It says men light up around men and they joke around more. Now, this could happen for men for two reasons. It could be a man could be into other men, or it could be these are straight men. They're lighting up around their men, I mean, their other male friends and joking around more, and they're straight, but they're doing this because some of these women are exhausting and taxing. Y'all see how these women act. Think about Anaya, right? Let's just do a Casey and Anaya example. Let's say you got Casey, he's dating Anaya. Every time he's around her, it's about me, 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 me. You make me feel this way. You're not doing this. I need validation, crying about something like that's fucking stressful. Buy me Starbucks coffee, buy me this. Like some women can be so draining, so needy. That shit gets, I'm telling you right now, that shit gets so fucking annoying after a while. Like women like that draining. So of course, when you have the chance to get away from someone who's draining you, you get to have fun. So yeah, a lot of men do light up when they're around their friends because their friends are not asking for anything. They're just accepting them for comedy's sake and just to talk. A lot of women want to take, 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 take. I'm not saying that's all women, but it can be draining. Someone said with the camcorder. I could definitely see Bryce in there with the camcorder for sure. Bryce would be the Diddy. Wow. You know what? He really would, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. Bryce be giving Diddy vibes, y'all. Did y'all remember the episode when I think it was Casey, they were practicing for some challenge. Casey was like doing this like little grinding thing, like he was like grinding his hips. And Bryce was like, practice on me. I don't know if y'all heard that. Yep. But Bryce literally asked Casey to practice that little grinding move on him. So he just be saying little slick comments that be like real questionable, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Mm-hmm. I think Zach is the gay one. Scam Island, USA. He was pumping up the guys to explore, trying to seem like he's one of the guys. Not. Nah, Bryce was kind of irritating me and Casa more, y'all. Because it's like all he did was, again, he wasn't exploring the girl, so he was just like working out. He was having a good ass time. Like that's my problem with Bryce. It's like, bro, like you having too much fun. Like I need you to try to date somebody, get mad at a girl, create some drama. Like, he's just coasting. Poor Melanie is crying her eyes out, stressed out. Anaya and Melanie have been sleeping outside when they get upset. They crying real tears. Hell, at least Trinity is defending them, even though Trinity doesn't have a real relationship with Bryce. At least she's working. She's saying she's bringing some type of entertainment. You got some people who are just coasting, like boring Caleb and boring Jen and boring Gal. Like it's a lot of people not working on this cast. I need people to work. Get to fucking work. All right, y'all. It's getting late. First of all, can y'all please like this video? Please thumbs up the video. That really helps the channel when you guys thumbs up. And first of all, the comment section, I love y'all. Like we got Brian Pumper. See, I've been saying Brian Pumper's name. I don't know if everybody in this chat know who Brian Pumper is, but Brian Pumper, GBT, you're a freaky frog for that name, and you funny for that name. Shout out to Aunt Brian Pumper. Shout out to Princess. Shout out to user 19622. Shout out to Marcia. If you guys are not already like subscribed, shout out to Byler FRS Edits. If you guys have not already, please subscribe, turn your notifications on. We go live like right after. So we usually go live like right after the episode. If you don't see us go live like that same night, we go live like the following day. So it just depends. So just make sure you guys like click subscribe. I'm sorry, turn your notification on so you'll get that notification. We're gonna be doing a lot of lives this summer. It's gonna be lit, and I just appreciate you guys so much for sticking out with us. It's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Yes, Anthony, you're right. Kenzie has been working overtime. She's been working overtime. That's why, as much as Kenzie is annoying sometimes, I'm gonna always give Kenzie her flowers. She's exploring. She's funny. She's getting mad. Okay, she's shaking her ass. She said something funny tonight too. It was something funny she said. Did I? I was taking notes. Let me see if I put it down. I feel like I probably put it in my phone. Let me see. I guess not. But I don't know. Kenzie always says something that I just fucks with really, really hard. So shout out to Kenzie. Her back is gonna hurt by the end of this season, y'all. Kenzie's back is gonna hurt. Melanie's back is gonna hurt. Anaya's back is gonna hurt. Sincere's mouth is gonna hurt. Like he's gonna be tired of like all the lies. Like Sincere's brain, like his memory from like trying to keep up with all the bullshit that he be talking about, his mouth is gonna hurt. Casey, I think Casey may stand a little bit taller by the time this season is over, right? Like I feel like this season is making Casey a man. We're seeing the evolution of Casey. At the beginning he was kind of shy, looking down, not speaking up for himself. Now Casey is like really like piping up. So I think we're gonna see the evolution. Another thing is I think we're seeing Corbin become humble too. I think they're humbling him. Even tonight, I don't know if y'all caught it. Megan Thee Stallion humbled Corbin like during that game. He said something about, but you like my shit. And she was like, Paramita likes your shit. I think when he first got on the show, all the girls were just like drooling over him. Like he could fucking sneeze and they'll just like catch it with their hands and say, bless you. Like they're not going to give him a napkin or a tissue. They just going to, he could sneeze in their hands. They'll be okay with it. He could fart. They would probably smell it, right? When he first got in the house. But now people are just calling him all types of shit. So I feel like Corbin is going to leave the villa. He's going to leave this experience a little bit more humbled, okay? Because he's just been getting away life with just being an attractive man. And I feel like between the people on the show and the viewers at home who can see beyond his looks, I think it's going to humble them. So I think a lot of people on this cast are going to grow and evolve with time. So I think that's cool. Yeah, Kenzie gets crazy with them splits. It's like she never stops. Like it just doesn't end with her. And I expect her to do a split at this reunion. If she doesn't do a split at this reunion, she's gonna have to see me because it's only right. All right, y'all. It is late. I am going to go to bed. This has been fun. I love y'all so much. Like real shit, I really do. Like I feel like this show is not about just me, not just about Brandon. Look, I can't even say his name. See, I need to go to sleep. But this show is also about y'all. Like this shit is so fun. I feel like I'm just talking to my friends. So I really appreciate y'all. All you guys are we're family over here. So I love y'all. See y'all on the next live. All right. Y'all be safe. And just know this, by the end of the day, I don't hate anybody on this cast. I talk my shit, but I don't hate these people. They're all humans. So I want to end with respect for all the people on the show because they're all human beings. We wait, one last comment. It says rule change needed. We all know the only true connection. We all know the only true connection of the season deserving of the win is Zach and Bryce. Right. And shout out to EDM for coming in at the last minute. But yeah. All right, love y'all. Peace. Have a good night. As I'm trying to click the end button, it's not going away. Peace, y'all.